Welcome, 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 everybody, to SRW's coverage of the DSL Welding Services Radicals SR8s and SR versus the SR10s tonight. It's the first race of our Thursday Super Show. Big shout out and thank you to our round sponsor, Scotty Callahan Racing, our stream sponsor, Pagnian Advanced Simulations, or Pagnian, also known as Pagnian Imports, and also our safety car and promo department. Thank you very much for all your support out there. Myself tonight is Chef Toddy, and I'm here tonight on comms, and on the cameras also tonight is Mr. Nathan Shibby Howard. How are you tonight, mate?
Good, mate. Good. This is going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun.
Track, eh? We were just discussing, Shibby and I were just discussing how much we love this track. Actually, it's really, really fun track, and it seems like it's a pretty moderate temperature, air temperature, but a very hot track today. 39-degree track there, so some resonant heat left in the ground. It's going to be very, very interesting around the classic boot, Watkins Glen, around tonight. So it's going to be fun, hey?
It's interesting the temperature on that, I think, is wrong, mate, because on the other temperature thing, it said the track's only 24 degrees Celsius right now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, it does too, yes, it does. Okay, so so it did seem like a bit of a drastic temperature change if it's only 24 degrees and it's a 39-degree track temperature. So apologies for that, but we do have the correct one up now. So yeah, 24 degrees, pretty moderate, pretty cold track, to be honest. So this would be interesting. It'll be hard to get some keep the heat in these tires today, I think.
I don't know, mate. With how aggressive the SR8s are, especially, I think once their tires get to heat, how hard you can push them, their tires, I think, are going to stay quite warm.
Yeah, true. Along with the SR10s as well. I wonder how many SR10s we've got in tonight. We only had one in last week, which is one of the fishy boys, but it looks like we've got a few more of our names back in this week. We had a few away last week, so it seems like we got a full field tonight. So ones to watch tonight are people like Michael Cuttajar. He's always pretty quick. Cameron Edwards is always really quick. So those two guys, Stephen McCartan, Adam Hughes, they always have a bit of a battle. So we'll see some serious pace out of these guys, and some there's a couple of spots here that you can come a cropper, and you do have to use quite a bit of track limits, as you just saw with Cowie using as much as he can.
Was that at turn one though, Toddy? Because if it's at turn one, there is basically the track limits around Watkins Glen. At turn one, you have to keep one tyre on the yellow curbing at all times.
One tyre on the yellow curbing. Okay.
Yes, at the exit of turn one. The instant you don't have any tyre on those curbing whatsoever, that's an off track. That cancels the lap. Yep.
Okay.
Through the bus stop, it's going to be miss, hit, hit, hit in terms of your cornering. So you cannot touch the first curb on the right, and you can absolutely mash yourself all over the next three.
Okay, so don't touch the first, but you can mash through the next three. Okay.
Yep.
And that's just a slight down change, isn't it? It's a little bit of a down change.
Just a little lift.
Slight break, yeah.
The most important thing is to carry speed through there while still being able to point the car. Now, if you could touch the first curb, you would actually be able to carry fifth gear through there quite comfortably. It's on the verge of fifth and fourth through the bus stop.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed driving it. I wasn't sure whether it is a down change or not, because it is right on the edge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, fifth gear, the way that the Radicals drive, fifth gear is going to give you a lot more balance and not necessarily the speed through there. So when you get back to the gas, fourth gear is definitely going to be the stronger gear to be in, but you want to carry 5, 10, 20% throttle pressure nearly the entire time, because that's where the Radical... It drives very similar to sort of an Audi GT3 or a Lamborghini GT3, some of these more mid-engine cars want you to carry some throttle pressure at all times.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you've got to keep that speed up and the torque and the revs up through the corner, hey, that mid sort of corner speed. Nice, very nice. So it'd be interesting to see how these guys hit through this chicane, the bus stop as they call it. See who can carry some speed and who doesn't come a cropper coming out of it as well. Here we go, on board.
That's slightly too much curb on the right, just slightly. If he just doesn't quite hit that, I think we're on board with Cam Edwards, I think it is.
So next question is, if you're coming through the bus stop and you're in slipstream, essentially, if you're on draft behind somebody, would you stay in fifth to try and keep that car
No,
level?
absolutely
No.
not. Absolutely.
Okay.
If I'm following somebody, I'm sort of deciding it very, very early whether I'm going to send it or not, because the problem is, with the proximity of the bus stops in the next corner, you're better off backing yourself off a little bit and looking for the drive off of the carousel.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Loop. Yep. And just settling the car in, give yourself an opportunity to get the move done on the way through the chute down into the boot.
I see. Yeah, because you can get a real awesome exit because of the curvature and the banking of the corner, and as you come down a hill, essentially through there. Hey?
Yeah, that's it. And you know what Americans are like. They love their banking.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they do. And we love watching it as well. I'm loving the American tracks at the moment. So, as we did the American invasion last season, which was a great season. So
we're just on board with Schmalenberg there, and coming off of the boot, that right-hander, the curbing on the left, you can use all of that. There's no off-track. The grass is the off-track there. Down here, the off-track is slightly outside, so that's a legal lap. Even though he's crossed over the yellow curbing there, that's a legal lap, I would say. He's picked up the throttle slightly too early.
His teammate's kind of cropper in front. Looks like his brother.
Probably be an okay lap.
Very nice.
Wait. Did I just see Steven Sinkovic purple in the first sector?
He did. Woohoo! Oh,
did I just see Sinkovic, Sinkovic, purple in any sector?
Well, yeah, I think we did.
We did, but we also saw Michael Cutajar do 3 purples across the whole track and set the quickest time so far at a 1:39.41.
Yeah, but with a rating like 6.8k, you sort of expect that from Michael Cutajar.
That's craziness.
These guys that race in these were brought in by Scotty Cal to save an absolute awesome car and get it in the league. And the guys that drive them are bloody good because that's what they do and they love it.
Okay, so Michael Cutajar has just proved me wrong with the amount of curbing that you take in the bus stop. I'm watching that. I'm like, I wish I could be out there in qualifying right, because that's the first thing to be testing.
Almost definitely, just see how much of that inside curve he can run.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the lap time is. You know, there's not a huge difference between these guys at this point here. I was talking to Scotty Cal, and he said his lap times in practice, he was able to get to the 38s. He said as soon as the tyres are up to temperature, I'm in the 38s every single lap, non-draft assistance. So again, as usual, watch for him to cut his way through the pack, but he's going to have that extra edge of pace. You've got sort of 3 guys then that are in and around the low 39s. The problem is, I'm one of them and I've got a rear grid, so...
Thank you very much for jumping in and not doing quality and coming in for a bit of commentary and telling us about the track as well. So very much appreciated, Mr. Rankin.
No worries, Toddy. Anything else I can help you with the layout of Watkins, Glen?
A bit of warning would be good because you really threw me off with my sound test when your voice just started going.
Yeah.
So I was quiet for so long, trying to work out the balance between my voice, your voice, and Toddy's voice. I just sort of blanked out for a bit.
Well, we all know the rattle gun waits for no one. You know what I mean?
Look, somebody tried to lock me out of the commentary box tonight, but when you've got a rattle gun,
exactly right.
Door comes off its hinges, in I come.
Yeah. Don't just use it for tyres, you can use it for doors too.
Have you ever seen the world's fastest door change? Well, you might see that tonight.
Loving it. Absolutely loving it. So is this one of your favourite tracks, is it? I really enjoyed driving this. I've driven this quite a bit in the GT4s actually. Quite a fun drive.
It is actually a really good fun drive in the GT4s. Watkins Glen has got, honestly, as a race car driver, it's probably one of my favourites. I would agree with that. Sadly, I don't think enough of the Americans actually drive the longer layout. So the road, the cut through there with the witches' hats in the back of that shot, that's the NASCAR layout. They use all of that exit curbing at the end of the carousel, and the carousel comes right around instead of heading down the chute. And sadly, I really think it's a missed opportunity from NASCAR. I really think they should use the boot because I think it'd make for greater racing. Anyway, they don't use it. But yes, this is a very fun track. It is one of the best feelings to drive. This is kind of like a toned down version of Coda.
Again, boys.
I see. Look at that. Michael Cutajar going into the 39s, dropping down again by another 100th, tenth of a second there.
And really, they refer to Coda as kind of like a roller coaster. So this is just the mini roller coaster. This is great. This spot right here, this is where you're going to see an accident in lap 1, 100% for sure on the Porsches. These things, anything can happen.
Yeah. Anything, yeah, definitely, especially on the exits on some of these corners. I find as you come down through the carousel and then down through the chute there, I find if you're not quite kind of on the right line as you come on the exit, you can just clip a little bit of grass, and these things will flip around. The arse end will try and catch up to the front end very, very quickly.
Jet Murray did join the server, but hasn't set a lap so far. I've just been looking around and browsing a little bit. I think we've actually only got the one SR10 here tonight, which is, I believe, Steven Sinkovic.
Ooh. Steve's got the SR10.
Yeah, Steve is the SR10. So first, there's a first time for everything. Steven Sinkovic, purple in a sector. Steven Sinkovic, class winner.
Oh, mate, that'll be
that's like
impressive, eh?
100% chance that he will get class winner. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, look. First off, you say
ulterior motives, you reckon?
he'll finish a lap. If he finishes a lap, he'll win the class.
Oh, loving it.
That's true. He does actually have to. Well, at least he sort of needs to finish the race. I feel is more of a put the pressure on him sort of scenario.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Load him up with all that pressure. He loves that.
He did say to me before the race, and hang on, let me go back so I can actually quote what he said.
139.2. Now we got John on YouTube as well. Just good evening, boys. No Dave Unger tonight, as he is in WA. Fair enough.
Well,
so he will be
John.
missed tonight.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks to everybody else for joining us. Anyway.
And for Dave, harden up, Dave. Take your sim rig with you.
Yeah, just ship it.
Right.
So Steve said before the stream tonight, he said, I'm going, and this is direct quotes, by the way, I'm going to cut it up in the rads tonight. So there it is. It was said.
Yes. Cut it up. I don't know what he meant by cut it up.
Like TikTok lawn mowing, maybe? Like always on the grass sort of thing?
Oh, I see. Is it a lawn mowing quote, is it?
Possibly. Look, honestly, can we get some hashtag Spinovic in the chat? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Give him all that, confidence.
Yeah, just lather it on there. Yeah.
Good news. Jet Murray's just joined the server and jumped into qualifying as well. So he did join the server last week, and we were strongly encouraging him. We were strongly encouraging him that, hey, if you want to drive a fun car, screw the Porsche. This is where it's at. So
Hell yeah. And with a name like Jet, he can't help but be fast, right?
took to calling him 747 last week. So
Nice.
Love it. Oh, love it. Old Top Gun himself, eh?
I like that better.
Iceman. Old Iceman Jet.
Well, actually, here's a fun fact. NASCAR is going to Watkins Glen this weekend, actually, for their Cup Series. So, and for the first time ever, there'll be drivers from 7 different nationalities competing. Among those,
that's cool.
Finland with Kimi Räikkönen.
Woo, that's
and
awesome.
Russia with Danny Kvyat.
Oh, that's awesome. He is a bloody good driver. I think he is well underappreciated.
Very underrated, yeah.
He is amazing. He's a really good driver. I think he's got the wrong end of the stick a couple of times, I think, and
To be fair, being partnered with Pierre Gasly is a rough draw.
Yeah, it is, eh? Yeah, it is a very rough draw. Because of the things that Gasly can pull out of the hat is just insane.
The thing is, when you look at Danny Kvyat's career post moving on from Formula 1, he went across to GT3s and nearly won a championship straight away.
Amazing, yeah.
So, it's whenever you consider a driver within the gauntlet of Formula 1, Formula 1's one of the worst breeding grounds and worst tests for how a good driver is, because the politics gets in the way so much, the team rivalries and the team's competitiveness levels. Could you imagine Lewis Hamilton, if he had spent all those years that he did spend with Mercedes with, say, Red Bull?
Yeah, exactly right. Would have been a totally different story, wouldn't it? Yeah.
The reason he is so dominant was because he tied in so well with that specific team, and the team politics was built to culture his performance.
Yeah, 100%, and took care of and nurtured that.
the guy has achieved some amazing things. At the end of the day, yes, you can be handed the best car in the world, but you still got to go out there and win every week, and that is what he should be respected for.
100%.
He was definitely dealt a privileged hand in that regard.
Oh yeah, there's no qualms about that. But you know, we've seen plenty of other drivers out there with faster cars and still not get it over the line in front of him. So, you know, across the years, and he's done very, very well as he's gone through the years, as other drivers have. But you can see, you know, Daniel Ricciardo is well happening with him. Is, you know, it's just one of those cars that's not really suited to him that much. You know, he loves that Red Bull kind of lots of front wing and, you know, last of the late breakers kind of thing. And if he doesn't really have that, that's why the McLaren's not really gelling with him. So you can tell,
I mean,
you know, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, the McLaren doesn't support that braking style. And the other thing about Daniel is he's earned that reputation of last of the late breaker. That's actually not the way he drives at all. He's actually an early breaker. In terms of things, it's only when he gets aggressive for a move that he's the last of the late breakers. He carries a lot more mid-corner speed, which is what the Red Bull really promoted in the car. So,
and here we go, last lap coming over for a checkered flag for our qualifying. Here we go, Michael Cuttajar made it into the 139.26. The closest behind that is Bradley Hudson at the moment with a 140.18. Oh, Jet Murray coming in, smashing out second lap. Coming in there, absolute flying lap with a 141.226. So old mate Top Gun's done very, very well, very, very quickly. And Cameron Edwards
actually on a personal best at the moment.
Is this with this lap? Yeah.
Yeah, this lap will count.
Yeah, because he was on track.
So the difference is, yes. So when it's a heat race format, or there are two different races within the server, the instant the timer times out, that's it. That's the end of it. If within 10 seconds the timer's still running, that means it is still going to continue on. So this lap will count.
Nice.
So it's based upon heat racing. Yeah.
He's done himself well and got himself up into 9th place.
So
beautiful work.
And we'll lose Jet Murray, I believe, from the race. He jumped in, did one lap, and jumped out again.
Oh, what?
Oh, not again. Oh, that's poos. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, he's here for the Ford. He's here for the Porsche. Can we get Ford Cup racing? That'd be great.
That would be pretty cool.
We have a few more comments in the YouTube chat as well and Facebook. Peter Morris has said, hey, boys. G'day, Peter Morris. How are you?
Ah, gotta love the old Sippo meter. Thanks for dropping in, Pete.
Nice. Greg Leake said Lola should jump in and steal Steven's thunder in the SR10. Lol, you should, Leaky.
Not hard, Leak. You've got about 5 seconds, mate. Quick, go ahead.
And then John again. We got no problems. Love the call, but one day will be good to drive. And he said Hamilton had never driven any car that has not had a Merc engine. Yeah, true.
Exactly. He's within that culture.
When he's in McLaren,
it works for him. At the end of the day, a lot of Formula One success is built around finding and cultivating the right team around you, and he found that perfectly.
Oh, 100% he did, most definitely. So, guys, for our qualifying, our grid for tonight, Michael Cuttajar in first with a 139.259, followed by Bradley Hudson in second, 9/10, almost a whole second behind him. So there's a big gap there, but Bradley Hudson doing a very, very good job tonight qualifying. So hopefully he can keep it together for the race tonight also. Cameron Edwards in third, wrapping out our podium for our race tonight. Alex John in fourth. Did very, very well last week, so he's one to watch this week. Leon Williams in fifth, great qualifying from him. Cowie in sixth place, great qualifying as well from him. Timothy Schmellenberg there in seventh. Daniel Schultz in eighth. Nick Schmellenberg, Timothy's brother, there in ninth. Jet Murray, old mate Top Gun in 10th place, coming in with a flying lap there in the last seconds, in the dying seconds of qualifying. Wayne Edwards there in 11th. Steven Segovich in 12th. Great run from him. He's in the SR10 tonight. So Adam Hughes in 13th. Stephen McCartan in...
Those are your safety car drivers, those two?
Yes, it is. And we got Scotty Rankin behind him. Yep.
He's
and
one
Bruce
to watch,
Whitey.
isn't he? Scotty Rankin.
No, please keep your eyes off me. Don't talk
we
about me.
We gotta watch this guy tonight. That's
So there's 3 drivers with rear grid penalties at the moment, so it's going to be fun. There's a little bit of gap ahead of us, so we should get a clear run. However, I'm yet to actually get a clean start without spinning some wheels in this thing. Tires shouldn't be on the menu, should not be taking tires. I haven't done a full fuel run. These things get really, really light in the rear on the row fuel, so expect to see guys lose it. And yeah, I'm going to try and punt Steve into turn 1. That's my goal.
Look, this is not
Nice.
NASCARs. We're not here to watch people lose it and crash, all right? We're here to watch good, solid, keep your car on the track racing.
Shibby, you're always here to watch crashes. Like,
Can't
We're
lie.
gritting up,
Can't lie.
guys. They're gritting up. Coming up to one right. There we go. 5 reds, 4 reds, 5 reds. Let's go. Green, green, green flag. Let's go. Michael Cuttajar with a great start. Well, top 3 all with a great start. A top 5 all with a great start. Cowie up into 5th place here. Taking up a spot from 6th into 5th place here. Brilliant, brilliant start. Beating Timothy Schmellenberg off the line there. Daniel Schultz down 7th. Leon Williams in 8th. And Scotty Callahan, our round sponsor tonight, already up into 9th place. Did start at the back of the grid there. Chet Murray, obviously not starting. He's jumped in. He's done a bit of a qualifying, but he's not in the race. So unfortunate there for him. Woohoo! Scotty Rankin, how you feeling out there, mate?
mate, that SR10 is diabolical on the straights. Steven Sinkovich just all of a sudden appeared in my rear view mirror from about 10 car lengths back.
Oh, mate, just as soon as that turbo kicks in, isn't it? So the SR10, guys, is turbocharged, whereas is the SR8 is naturally
Ford
aspirated.
VTEC, yeah.
So yeah, very, very different engines. Considering the SR8 is two 1300cc Hayabusa engines smashed together to make a 2.6 litre V8 engine, which is craziness. So fantastic! Thank you very much, everybody out there in viewer land. Thank you very much for coming back. And, make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get back to the action. Mr. Scotty Rankin making that beautiful move there on Nick Schmellenberg. He's on the push now. He's only 2 spots back behind Scotty Callahan here. I think if you can tag onto the back of Scotty Callahan here, I think Scotty Rankin will have a good fighting chance along as he goes through this pack. Oh, Mr. Andrew Cowan's had a bit of damage on that side of that car. That wing is not looking very good. That suspension on the left-hand side possibly a bit damaged. He might be looking a bit right-hand down at the moment inside of his rig. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm not sure what would have happened there. Nothing came up in SDK. I'd be interested to see if I can find anything and actually see what caused that. Maybe there was an incident at the start where someone's hit him in the back.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And Scott Cowan just eats another position past him.
On an exit, maybe.
What I'm thinking is because he's got that huge launch off the line, he's had to brake really, really early and somebody just wasn't expecting it.
Oh, I see, yeah. And just put the side of somebody and, yeah. It seems to have slowed him down a bit, but not so much that it's going to... Oh, no, it is starting to worry him a bit now. By the look at that, Scotty Callahan on the absolute Porsche started down in 14th place there, and he's smashed all the way up to 6th already, so into 7th already, so he's cut half the field in a matter of 2 laps, or 1.5 laps essentially. Very nicely done from him. Alex John up into 3rd place. He qualified in 4th place, had a great little start there, a little bit of a battle there with Bradley Hudson. Bradley Hudson didn't get the best of starts. Bradley Hudson qualifying in 2nd there has dropped down to the 4th place, so he's dropped out of the podium but he's definitely not out of the draft zone, so he's still in that slipstream, so he's going to keep on pushing, try and stay with these guys and see if he can make his life a bit easier tonight.
All right, Michael Cadador has just set a minute 40, so the pace is already up there. 3 guys in the 40s, 4 guys in the 40s, so the pace is already up there. And Scotty Rankin and Scott Callaghan are bloody battling away here, the 2 Scots.
Oh, and Scotty Rankin's gotten into the 140s as well, so he's on to watch. Scotty Rankin has jumped down into the 140.93, scraped into the 140s there, so he's doing the same sort of comparable lap times as the top 4 here. The 4 fastest on track at the moment, so one to watch, guys, one to watch, along with Scotty Callahan. Scotty Callahan at the moment looks like he's biding his time. He's caught in a little bit of traffic, but he is definitely a patient guy that's got some serious pace behind him.
He's going to pick
Scotty
a line.
Callahan will be conserving a little bit of tyre whilst trying to cut through the traffic. You want to be looking after those things, as he's always dead hot on low fuel, so I'm going to use this opportunity to really tag back onto him. If I can get up there, it's close.
Oh, look at him. Look at him, so smooth down the inside.
Yeah.
He's a master.
Nice, good fighter. He is He's an absolute master. Scotty Callahan, our round sponsor out there, just giving us a masterclass out here in the SR8s. If you just joined us, everybody out there in Viewerland, thank you very much for joining us. And just another big shout out to our series sponsor, DSL Welding Services, our round sponsor, Scotty Callahan Racing. Big shout out to our safety car promo department, and also our stream sponsor, Pagnian Imports Simulations. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you.
Can't do it without the viewers either.
Yeah, exactly right. Can't do it without all of you. And plus, we can't do it with all the legendary SRW crew in the background as well. So,
Oh, yeah, they do things sometimes too, don't they?
Yeah, we try.
We're doing
Some of them are
something.
a bit sketchy, but you know.
Sometimes it's
Speak for
planned,
yourself.
sometimes it's not. NASTRUCKS is always planned.
Yeah.
We plan our chaos
Oh,
well
yeah.
out in advance.
Scotty Callahan.
Here we go. Scotty
still-
Callahan coming
still.
down through the bus stop. Is he going to be able to make this happen? Oh, he's taken a lot of inside curb there and still held onto it. Man, he's smooth, isn't he? One day I'll be. No, one day I probably won't be, but yeah.
One day I can dream about being that good.
Yeah. One day I can commentate on people being that good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Peter Morris on Facebook. Oh, he's dropped. Oh, no, he's suffering from another bout of COVID, mate. That's no good. We hope you get better soon. We need to see you in the
Schultz
sipper
just
meter.
round. Daniel Schultz just went around.
Oh, Mr. Schultz had a big moment there. Oh, and it looks like some serious damage on that car. It's definitely not driving straight. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that pulled up, and he's going to have to definitely limp that back into the pits there.
Pit
We
window's
will have
open,
a
boys, so
look
he's
at
actually
that.
okay.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
open because he's got the
check
pit window. So pit window, he'll be able to jump in now. So fortunately, it's happened at this point of the race. So lap 5, pit window is open. So fortunately, it's played into his a little bit of his benefit, I suppose. You don't want to be crashing your car that much, but if you've got a fast repair and you can get in and get out pretty quickly, this point in the race, it's a little bit better, I suppose.
Oh, Nick Schallenberg has just done Leon Williams for a spot, and while we're watching Scotty here run behind Timothy. So one brother got a jump, and the other one's battling off Scotty Cal right now.
Oh, beautiful. Look at this. He's done some beautiful defending here as well. He's trying to close the door. He's trying to keep him away in that 88 car. But,
And then look at that.
Scotty
Look
Rankin's
who's on
trying to
the
profit
back.
off the back
The
of it
rattle
too.
gun Rankin.
Look at this
He's
for a
in.
move. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Are they both going to make this move stick on this Schmellenberg brother?
He's used the battling and the time waiting that Scott Cal was putting in to bring himself right back onto the back of this. That was a great move.
Beautiful move. It doesn't quite look like the back of Mr. Schmellenberg's car's quite that all that straight as well. I'm sure it's not really slowing him down by the look of it, but
We
Right
have
out,
seen
play
with the rear damage in some cases that it doesn't make as big as effort as we thought. We saw Cowie end up on the podium last season with a damaged wing, and he said he barely noticed.
It's more that front splitter because the front splitter's not adjustable, whereas the rear wing, I think it might have something to do with it. It's double adjustable, so I think that front splitter, once it gets that big bit of damage in it, that makes it really hard to drive because it just doesn't flow that well. It doesn't have the same sort of downforce into the braking points in corners anyway.
Oh yeah, and this car, it's all about that. All about
100%.
that.
Yeah,
If you lose that,
just
well,
strap it into some chrome ollie frame and put a wing and a splitter on the front of it. There
Yep.
you go. Good luck, buddy.
raise it about, I don't know, $500,000 off the ground. It'll be fine.
Yeah, should be right.
So we're back on the lead
Yeah,
here.
I just
Michael Cuttajar has pushed away from the field with
3.5.
yeah, he's just out here setting faster and faster lap speeds and just holding a nice nearly 4-second gap off Alex John in second place at the moment. And he again is just out in clean air and having a nice drive, followed in a similar situation by Bradley Hudson. So next battle is Cameron Edwards and Scott Callahan.
Oh, yeah, with Brad Hudson as well. Bradley Hudson as well, back up into third position. We saw him drop down into fourth position So he's made a bit of a nice move by looking at that on Cameron Edwards to slot back into that third position. So great driving from Bradley Hudson. He's had some mixed rounds. Had some good qualifying, but he got kind of caught up in some melee the last couple of weeks. So it's great to see him out there really pushing hard. He might be really comfortable and really enjoying this track. So great to see some battles out there with these guys.
Speaking of battles, we've got Leon Williams on the back of Nick Schmallenberg. Man, I'm going to stuff that up every time. I'm so sorry, Nick and Timothy.
No, Schmallenberg.
Schmallenberg. Mate, we'll have to get them on comm so we can ask them. It'll make things a lot easier. All right, guys, when you sign up for SRW, please leave a voice recording of you saying how to pronounce your name.
Or just spell it out phonetically for us, please.
That'd be fantastic.
Schmallenberger with 2 T's or 1?
Yeah.
Where do I put the Q?
Yeah. Where's that? Where's the macron? Where's the hyphen? Yeah.
Oh, and Leon.
Can I get a tilde with that, please? That'd be great.
Leon is really pushing the back of Nick right now. And you know, Leon's been spent some time in the SR10 as well, so you know, we got a lot of experienced guys out here. And speaking of, Cameron Edwards has just made a move on Bradley Hudson to get into. Oh, has he made it?
Down through
Oh,
the street.
there was an accident on the corner
Was there
between.
contact there? It doesn't look
No.
like he squeezed out the line on him, but Scotty Callahan now having a big moment at the back there. Looks like he's got squeezed out of space out of those two guys having a bit of a tussle, and then Scotty Callahan has just had to pull on the anchors to stay out of it, and in doing that, he spun it around and flicked the rear end into the wall there and done some serious cosmetic, a bit more than cosmetic damage to the look of that car, it looks like.
Yeah, it definitely started because there was that battle between Cameron Edwards and Bradley Hudson, and then of course Scotty G. You know, he's got to get in there as well, and I think there might have been a little tussle for the three-way battle there. So we're actually going to go back and have a look from the beginning.
Thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for the action replay once we come live back onto the action replay. Thank you very much.
So we're on board with Cam Edwards here. And then these guys got away. Gosh, can you not do that, please? So these guys look like they were getting away from the pack. They drove off out of this incident without any scratches.
Yeah, it looks like I think Scotty's had to lock it up to avoid it all.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh,
there it is.
There was contact there.
I don't know. It's hard to say there was contact, mate, or net code, but it definitely something stepped him onto the grass there.
Onto the grass, right?
Yeah, he's definitely stepped onto the grass.
I think when he's ricocheted off the grass.
Oh, yeah, there's
Callahan is contact.
Scotty's tried to dodge. Oh, he got so close.
Just copped on that back rear wheel. Oh, it's so bad luck. He almost avoided it. There was centimetres in that, mate. Oh, what?
Yeah, from Scotty's view, there's no touch between the cars, not that I can see anyway. And then, yeah, Scotty's tried to dodge, and as you can see, it just catches the back of his car.
Oh, and him in the cockpit as well. He would have been sitting there, driver's seat, going, oh, yeah, I've gotten past this. And then, look, and the whole car's just gone up in the air.
That was unlucky.
Another view. Go and watch that one from my perspective, because I got to see the aftermath.
Yeah, and Scotty Rankin definitely profited from that little schmozzle.
Oh, he's ended up 12 spots up, so that's what Scotty was super stoked about that one, definitely. And Bruce White up 11 spots, so that really put a dent in the field there. And Scotty Cow's got his fast repair, and he's back on the hunt, and he's still up 4 places from where he started. This man likes starting from the back of the pack. He loves a good challenge.
Yeah, most definitely. But we can definitely see the guys out in front at the moment. Definitely benefiting here from this clean air. Absolutely pushing away from it now. We've got 4 seconds. Michael Cuttajar's almost got 4 seconds to Alex John. And Alex John has pushed that gap to Cameron Edwards by 4 seconds to 4 seconds now. And that was just because of all that chaos that's just happened in the background just before. So Scotty Rankin absolutely doing beautifully there to make it up into 4th spot. Tim Schmellenberg still holding off these guys. But Bruce White now, a pusher, mover and shaker in Bruce White is up 11 spots now. He started at the back of the pack, and he's definitely been one to watch. Old Sharky, we like to call him. Fisher friends, Bruce, you know. So, yeah, he's up 11 spots, man. What a drive from him. So great to see he's got a handle on that car. And as we see just at the back of that shot, Steven Singovic in the Oni SR10 on our screen tonight and in our race tonight.
Hello,
so
Steve. How you doing, mate?
There you go,
Maybe we should get Steve down for a chat.
I reckon.
He said he was going to, wait, I need to, and quote this again, he's going to cut it up in the rads tonight.
Nice.
Well, he
Absolutely
is.
loving
I mean,
it.
class leader right there.
Yeah, exactly right. Class leader.
He's the class leader, yeah.
Guaranteed class winner, you know.
He's bloody doing a good job, though. He's really,
Thanks.
really putting it to the rest of the class.
He is, most definitely. Doing very, very well.
Yeah, but that's like teaching a class that no one showed up to.
No, it's like going to a class that no teacher turns up to.
Yeah. I guess we'll just draw stuff on the board, eh, guys?
Right, everybody get your Game Boys out.
Yeah.
Who's got a Digimon?
Yeah, exactly right. Right, who's got your Tamagotchis? Use them if you got them.
Oh man, I
there
found
you
you
go.
can still buy those. You can still bloody buy them. I literally
Really?
bought them for my kids for a stuffing stocker.
Really?
Christmas.
That's crazy.
You can't have a pet until you've let this thing stay alive for more than a week.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you can't move out until you can keep this thing alive, because then I might be okay with thinking you can keep yourself alive. So,
Yeah. So John's just saying 275 subscribers. Looks like we're on the right road. Sorry, that was Paul saying we're on the right road because chat is so active now. So yeah.
yeah, welcome
Most
back,
definitely.
Paul. Paul is becoming one
Back,
of our just permanents. I think he's
What a
picking up a gosh, someone fix that word for me. Residency in the SRW chat, which is great to see. So we really appreciate that.
Most definitely. Couldn't do it without you. It's always great to have active chat. But John just said, will Scotty need to pit again? If not, how are the chances?
I think he's
of making
okay.
the
I
podium?
think he's okay.
Yeah.
He's just, I think he's going to be fine. There's only about 15 litres needed, and there was definitely enough space for that to enter the tank.
If he
Oh, so
can
he's
keep up
pretty good.
his top lap times, he has I think he's beaten what was done in qualifying. He's done a 138.89. That's faster than
Yeah.
what was done
Wow,
in
that
quali,
is
wasn't it?
faster than quali.
That is,
And that's just him straight into clean air, wasn't it? You can see he got some clean air and just absolutely pushing on now.
That's crazy. Imagine that setting faster. Oh, he doesn't qualify though. He's sneaky. He doesn't show how quick he is.
Sandbagging, eh?
He loves the challenge. He does love starting
No, he
from the
does,
back of
he
the
does.
pad, and it's great to see.
And
And he's such a respectful driver. So
He's
you know,
a joy to watch.
yeah, joy to watch. And I'm sure the guys love racing with him.
Yeah, exactly right. They know that he's going to do a really awesome pass by him, but he's going to be really respectful about it. You know, so
Oh, 100%.
it's great racing with people like that because then you know you can go as hard as you can, and go as close as you can without having the worry of somebody kind of taking you out. You know, so.
Yeah, I worry
Yeah.
about the other drivers when I get on track, that's for sure. Because I'm sure at some point in time I'm going to take them all out on the first corner. It's the only way to win a race, I've been told.
Credit.
Isn't that
No,
right,
you
Scotty?
need
Scott, you win the
Yeah,
race on the
look.
first corner.
well, even more than that. I'm going to have a clean race. The first lap might be a little bit dastardly, but hey, if I get it all out of the way in the first lap, well then I do have a clean race.
Exactly right. Just get the cobwebs blown out really quick.
He's so heavily into his racing, he totally missed a cue from Arca Break Weekly.
There was a cue from Arca. I haven't seen Arca
Yeah.
Break Weekly in a number of weeks now,
Oh,
mate.
man.
I'm assuming it's to win it all on the first lap.
Yeah, first corner. You win it all on the first corner, mate. When everybody
Disgusting.
else gets taken out.
In every Arca Break Weekly video ever. Yeah, okay, never mind.
You got me addicted.
And now we got.
You're welcome.
And the production value is amazing. I got to
Well,
give
Knoxville will be the video out next week, and that is going to be a video, I'll tell you that much.
What are you guys talking about? Arca Break. What's that?
Arca Break Weekly. It's a YouTube series.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I mean, do you know what the D-Class car in ovals is?
Yep.
The Arca Menard.
Okay, yep.
Well, you know what bottom split looks like.
Yep. Absolute
Now,
madness.
put the two together.
Oh, that's craziness. Okay,
It's even better.
I
It's
get
even
that.
better than your wildest dreams.
Oh, awesome. That is awesome. I'll have to check this out.
It's some
Look
of
how
the
William's
most
still on this push.
ridiculous.
To the point where I've been trying to request it to V8 Supercars Australia to display during wet races, whether it's too wet to dry.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Definitely have to check it out. Oh, here we go. Scotty Rankin all over the back of Cameron Edwards now. So Scotty Rankin, Mr. Rankin, you are pushing hard now.
Oh, I'm sweating up a storm, boys. I'm pushing. The bit is between the two.
Ready, mate, because Cam Edwards isn't slow. Oh, you have both clipped that wall, but Scotty Rankin has got a better pull away from that.
Scotty Rankin pinning the ears back, mate. Come on, drag race down into turn 1. Who's going to... Scotty Rankin just lathering the butter on the toast here. What a move. Beautiful, beautiful exit. They both put the wall on exit. A beautiful move to get Cameron Edwards there. So now Scotty Rankin up 13 spots from his starting position. So the only person that's any close to how many positions he's been up is Bruce White. Bruce White is currently up 11 positions from his starting spot as well, down in 6th position. So he is one to watch. If there is anybody that's going to make any mistakes or anything, Bruce White's going to be there, old Sharky, to pounce on the opportunity to get past him.
You missed a great, jaw pun there.
Yeah,
you could have said snap them up, like the shark
Snap
does.
them up. That's the word. The word just escaped from my brain, to be honest.
Don't worry, I have those moments too.
Yeah.
It's from
We call that a
spending
fish
time.
moment,
I feel like it's from spending time with the young. Oh, Scotty Rankin,
Oh,
no!
Scotty Rankin with a big moment. That's easy enough to do, but beautiful pirouette there. And he's just showing off. I think he's just showing off that beautiful that livery on the SRW car, I think.
Yeah, you gotta look at it from all angles. You can't just look at it from one.
That was
right,
beautiful. And it doesn't even say you had an incident. It was just like, yeah, Scotty just kept racing. Nothing happened.
Scotty just pull it on the handbrake, just mid corner in the SR8 there, boys and girls. So don't mind him. He's just old mate show off here, just making sure that the rattle gun was working and the tyres are all on properly, nice and tight,
Wow, Michael Cuttager is just
Domination
pushing further and
Alex John's
further.
had an incident in turn 1, lads.
Oh, Alex John has had a big incident. So Cameron Edwards has slotted himself up in the 2nd spot here. Alex John did have almost a 4.5 second buffer there, so it must have been a massive incident for him to lose 4.5 seconds there to Cameron Edwards. So here we go. Thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for their action replay.
Oh, he's gone too high in the ripple strip and got a little unsettled.
Oh, and he's pulled on the anchors while he was on that curbing as well, just try and keep it off the fence, which he's done.
Watch how close he gets and unsettles this car. Just comes up over the side. There it is. Gets a little bit loose. And that's all she wrote in a radical.
It is, eh? You can see those rear tyres starting to bounce on the deck. It's never fun in the radical. And
Did well not to hit the wall.
And then he's had to wait for Cameron Edwards.
Yeah, he had to wait to enter safely. Oh, man. Well, we got to take...
So I was just saying I might be the curse of the commentator there. Mr. Bruce White just staying at the back there waiting for people to make some mistakes. So Bruce White has definitely profited from this. So Bruce White, down in 6th place, has definitely been able to push back onto the back of these guys a little bit more. He's into draft range now, back into the rear end of Tim Schmellenberg there, into draft range once again. We've got Alex John into the pits now.
First
so
pit
he
stop
might have
of
a
the
bit more to
race.
go. So
Halfway through.
Yeah. Either that or he picked up a bit of damage in that bit of an incident, but he kept it off the wall, didn't he? So might be
what he's doing here is his tyres are overheated. So by driving through the pit lane, they get an opportunity to cool down. He doesn't have to drive them as hard. So this cools the tyres off, which he's going to lose that pace anyway. So you may as well just come down and grab fuel. Great opportunity. That's actually a really good call.
Yeah, he hasn't touched his tyres at all. That's so interesting. Nice to have you on board, Scotty, and tell us a few little tricks and tips.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's great.
It's an out of the that is an alternative play, but that is a smart one I think from where he was. He didn't look 100% after that spin, and it is quite difficult because I'm dealing with it now as well. But yeah, good job.
Scotty, how are your tyres feeling at the moment, though?
Oh, mate, that rear end.
Rubbish?
That rear end is like a pendulum. It's like driving a Porsche but with guts.
Do you find it it's noticeable in iRacing it's flat spotting on the rears?
It's not flat spotting. It's heat. It's just
overheating. Okay.
Yeah, with iRacing, anytime you lock a brake or you spin the tires up, that translates more into heat than it does tire wear. But the heat will then translate to more tire wear down the line as well. So
I see.
iRacing doesn't have flat spot mechanics, but they make up for that by adding a little bit of tire wear through the heat system. So
I see. Awesome. We just Peter Morris just saying for Scotty's tyre fun log. And Mr. SB Sim Racing, SB Sim Racing has said go Daniel Schultz. So Schultz had a bit of a moment earlier, bit of a spin there. He's gone in for a quick repair. He's back down into 13th spot, so he's down 5 spots from his starting position. But we know Daniel Schultz is pretty quick in his cars, so he'll be one to watch. He'll be hunting now. But it seems he's just gone 1 lap down because Michael Cutajar, our race leader at the moment, has just overtaken him and just overlapped him. So he's 12 seconds ahead.
Remember, Schultz has pitted it already, so he's coming to grab that fast repair, and he's got the fuel to make it to the end of the race. Now, the thing about pitting early is that these radicals are very weight affected in terms of their lap time because they're a small, light, powerful car. So any extra weight really adds up onto that lap time. So he would be suffering. That's probably a lot of the reason why he's up there. Don't mind me, just trying to spin the car again. I think I'm going to have to pull an Alex John here.
Jump in the pits, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Scotty Rankin's just given us forewarning. He's going to jump in the pits. His tyres are ruined after that earlier bit of a spin. So he's going to jump back in the pits. But Mr. Andrew Cowan having a great little race here. Had a bit of an earlier moment, so he's had these fast repair as well now. I've got a feeling he might have taken some fuel as well while he was in that for that fast repair. So he's ready and raring to go. So he's having a bit of a ball out there. So he's definitely on the hunt back on these guys. So good luck with that, Cowie. The SRW boys are behind you, mate. And Mr. Scotty Rankin, is he into the pits yet? Not as yet. He will be coming into the pits soon.
I lied.
And as I was saying with Bruce White, Mr. Sharky Shark out there, Bruce White, he's up 13 positions now, up into 4th position. So with that little bit of a kerfuffle and a bit of chaos earlier, he's definitely profited very well there. As I was saying earlier, he's one to watch. Mr. Timothy Schmellenberg, who we're on board with at the moment, having a great little run. He's down 3 positions from his starting position, but I'm sure he will keep on pushing and we'll see some great consistent pace from him throughout the race. Scotty Callahan back up into 9th place now, so he's trying to recover back after that lockup a bit earlier, trying to avoid the incident in front of him. He got clipped as Timothy came off the track and clipped him and clipped his rear wheel, sent him into the wall, and he had to go fast repair also. So it's been some serious action tonight in his radicals.
I just realised too, we can't see it because of the way we're watching the stream chat. When Pete Morris actually said for Scotty's Tyre Fund, he actually gifted us 200 stars on Facebook. So thanks so much, Pete, mate. Really appreciate it. So I just went and checked the Facebook stream, and yeah, he actually sent 200 stars for your Tyre Fund, Scotty. So
oh, look at that!
I'll put it in your tip. I'll put it in your tip jar for you, mate.
I'm going to jump on eBay after the race and look and see if I can get a new set of tyres for $2. So
yeah.
No,
if you got Hot Wheels cars, you might.
Yeah, get some. What are they called? Real riders. I'm a big Hot Wheels fan, so you know.
Out of all of us here, you know who's the best at cooking tyres? Chef
me,
Johnny.
mate. Hell yeah, man! I'm good at staring at pot and cooking tyres, mate. That's my slogan.
That's your one dad joke for the night. That's it. That's your one dad joke for the night.
Oh, big accident for Daniel Schultz.
Daniel Schultz with another bit of a moment. Oh, he thought he's going over for his. he was recovering really well as well. A bit of commentator's curse, it seems, there. So he's well and truly into that wall. Oh, that's disappointing.
Now, we'll say for Daniel Schultz's benefit, he got about 5 minutes of practice of these things. So,
he's thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for that.
he'd never driven the car before, so he's actually done reasonably well.
Oh,
We
there
were
it
just sitting on
is.
Discord, just badgering him.
There it is. A
Did he
little.
get on the gas too early?
Yeah,
It
that's
looked
what I
like-
think.
yeah.
That's what it looks like, mate. He's
just
just
gone,
come
"Yeah, I
in.
got this."
Ready?
Push, push,
and
push.
there it goes. And the
Yeah.
grass as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the top
That's
view, it
just
definitely
tempting.
looked like he just got on the hammer a little bit too hard. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's
Yeah, I
even more
think
unfortunate.
He's already taken his fast repair, so that looks like his night over.
Ah, no, mate. No.
Look at that, possibly. Oh no, he's in the pits, but yeah, no, he's been in the pits for quite some time so far. So
Yeah, I don't see any repairs done on that car yet, mate. So
no, yep, he's looks like it might be the end of his night tonight for Mr. Daniel Schultz there. That's unfortunate. Mr. Cutterjar, though, absolutely cutting his way through the pack here and absolutely leading from the start and cutting his way through the lapped drivers now also.
we've also just had a
Great drive.
big jump into the pits. Cam Edwards, Scott Rankin, Bradley Hudson, Nick Schellenberg, Wayne Edwards, just everybody.
So our top six, top 8 are all into the pits now, guys. Coming into the pits now.
We watched Scotty
top 8 have all
Callahan.
pitted, so.
That's going to put Scotty Callahan in third. Now, you watch this mastercraft, man. He's going to
Yeah, mate,
push
he's
hard.
just
He will push hard now and try and get a good gap on the people behind him. And then pick his
100%.
time to possibly pit, where if he does drop spots, it'll only be 1 or 2.
Don't discount Scotty Rankin.
I know, I
He's looking
was just
awfully,
watching that.
Dangerously close in the background there. And Scotty Rankin's in a fresh car. He's just come out of the pits. He'll be pushing so hard right now. As you can see. Wow, look how much he is. Oh, he's gone a bit wide through the carousel there.
I can't pass, mate. We're under safety car at the moment.
Oh, serious?
Yep.
Oh.
That's why everyone's jumped in the pit lane. So Scotty Cal did his pit stop earlier. So the benefit there is he just pushed on a little bit. And he's got us back up. So he's back in a podium spot. So he's actually got quite saved here by the safety car. I was going to pit that lap, I think, regardless, but I think I should have gone another lap.
The safety car come out when Daniel Schultz crashed.
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
Schultz had to tow.
There was no yellow
I see.
flag thrown, so there was no notice.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Very strange.
Anyway, we know because we've got a driver on board, so thanks for joining us, Mr. Rattlegun Rankin, while you sweat your little buttocks off.
Oh, mate,
chasing
you
down
don't drive the
Scott
SR8 Radical without sweating your guns off. Like, it's just the only way you can drive this thing.
Got to. On the edge, mate.
It is tough to drive.
And for those uninitiated out there, the reason why these things are very tough to drive out there is the reasons of those blips on the downshifts, etc.
No power steering. I think
no
it's
power steering, etc. You know, so there's a lot of, you know, you can't just jump in these. You really have to drive these cars. You know what I mean? It's not like a GT3 car or a GT4 car where you have a lot more assists. You really have to be on top of driving these because these things can really bite you in the ass pretty quickly, as we've seen tonight.
I feel like the way to explain it, especially the SR8, is get the idea of a go-kart, put 2 Hayabusa engines in it, and strap some aero on it and have a go at it.
Yeah.
It's basically a go-kart, but somebody's taken the front wing off a Formula 1 RC car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fits perfectly.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just fiberglass so it looks like a car. Essentially. But beautiful driving from these guys. And look at this SR10. SR10 actually looks really cool. I actually quite like the look of it. Great looking interior and stuff like that itself. A very different car to drive though, I find. Especially with the turbo. They're very, very different car to drive. I find it a lot more drivable for my style anyway.
Basically, the way to think about these things is the SR8 is more of like a first generation car. fair bit older, fair bit more raw, and that's sort of the feeling of it. The SR10 it's got all these little bits and pieces. No longer has it got this 2 4-cylinder engine strapped together, creating an 8-cylinder engine. Now it's a V6, and it's got a turbo strapped onto it. So the speed in a straight line is about 20 and 30 kilometers an hour down the sparse Frankish Camel Straight. It was about 30 kilometers an hour faster in a straight line.
This is going to blow your mind.
However-
It's not a 6, it's an EcoBoost 4-cylinder.
There you go. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude, I'm a big
I thought it was
Ford
a 6.
fan, and after the engine that was built in my car, they started using 4-cylinder EcoBoost engines, and they have done some crazy stuff with these 4-cylinders.
So essentially, is that the Focus RS engine, essentially, then?
No, somewhat,
It's
but
similar.
not, because the EcoBoost
okay.
engines are used more in their, like, fuel-saving style cars, but they can be
yeah.
tuned and modified, like, of course.
Yeah, he's a big,
It's
strong blocks.
The
big, heavy
STs
block, like,
nowadays, anything with
blocks,
the
then they
ST
can
line,
actually alter.
so anything Ford, whatever ST, most of the time use EcoBoost engines now.
That's sweet. I see.
But,
Because
I mean,
the Mustangs are using EcoBoost, but they're V6 and V8s, aren't they?
They have a 4-cylinder
know.
twin-turbo Mustang. How crazy is that?
What?
Yeah, there was one released to, like, I don't know about Australia. I don't think I've seen one, but yeah, in America, man, they were released with a 4-cylinder twin-turbo from factory. The 4-cylinder
Wow.
V6, V8, they got it covered.
That's craziness. That's craziness.
Right,
think
we
the,
are now caught up to the bloody safety car.
There we go. Thank you very much, the Safety Car Promo Department tonight, for all your support, letting the SR10 of Steven Sigovich going back through to go
Right.
around.
I'd just like to
himself
point
on
out
the back again.
my highlight so far tonight is I've pulled a gap out of Scotty Callahan multiple times here tonight. I've done it again.
You have.
In Sector 1 here underneath the pace car, I took 0.2 of a second out of him. So, you know, I'm right on the limit of pace car driving.
You're pushing, mate. So you might be able to, you might be able to make it on Scotty Callahan. What do you think your chances are?
Oh, I don't think I've got a hope in hell. I don't know what's going to be. I'm actually really looking forward. This is a good opportunity to get back on a Cameron Edwards and have a race with both him and Michael Cuttajar. Those two are my targets. Scotty Cal is just sort of like it's a bonus, but
Yeah.
you know.
Schmellenberg's done very, very well to get back onto the rear end of you as well. So after that earlier incident, so yeah, very, very well done.
One of the most interesting things about tonight's race is that I've changed driving style throughout the race. Now, I've had the benefit of driving behind the fastest driver in these cars in just about in the world. And what I learned was that he is driving it like a GT3 Audi. It's driving it on the throttle, and Scotty Cal's actually not touching the brakes on the way into the bus stop. So there's a few different things like that. So now there's an opportunity to see if I can really apply those against him and learn something.
So essentially, as you come into the bus stop, he's engine braking. Essentially, is that how he's-
Yep. Lift off. It's very IndyCar style, actually.
Okay. So you can lift off, but then sort of feather the throttle through there, so then he can keep the revs up, mid corner speed to gets a good exit, right?
Yeah, basically.
Very cool. Here we go, Mr. Michael Cuttajar. He was well over 12 seconds in the lead before this safety car, so it's definitely bunched his pack up a bit, but we know Mr. Cuttajar's got some pace to be able to restart this pack with some serious confidence. What's your strat for restart, Scotty?
Just gonna get in the line and see what happens.
Here we go. We're back on restart. We got Michael Cuttajar in first, Cameron Edwards, followed by Scotty Callahan and Scotty Regan behind here in fourth place. Tim Schmellenberg doing a great job to stay on the back of these guys, up into fifth place, staying in this draft range, along with Bradley Hudson. We've got this massive train of SR8s coming down through Watkins Glen. What a track, what a race tonight. This is our first safety car, but we've had quite a few spins and a few other ones that I thought might have been safety cars, but that was a big one from Daniel Schultz, ending his race for the night. So that's what caused our safety car now. Mr. Andrew Cowan now holding off Alex John. Alex John with that earlier moment as he's come out of the pits, is slotted back down into 8th place. So not the best night for him, but Andrew Cowan putting his elbows out here. Mr. Andrew Cowan, the average sim racer, doing a great job just to hold off Alex John there. We've got the two teammates in front of him there, Tim Schmellenberg and Bradley Hudson, doing a great job working together. We got Cameron Edwards off on the outside of the track there, So he's lost a couple of spots there. Cameron Edwards down from second into fourth place now. Scotty Rankin slotting himself up into third place. Scotty Rankin, great job, mate. How are you finding it, sweating?
Tough. I've actually got a few runs now on Scotty Cowles, so I'm gonna dive in there. I'm gonna have a go crack this lap. I just sort of wanted to see, you know, read him a little bit. Didn't want to go in too early, but now that Cam's out of the way, we've got to get a move on to sort of tag on to Michael here. So I'm gonna have a go.
Oh, push. Pushed
Oh,
on
that's the
good.
barrier.
Oh, had a bit of slap on the barrier there. Did you make
Hopefully not
contact?
too bad.
Or
I did
no?
make contact with the barrier for sure, but I don't know how much. I got away with
Looked
it
like
earlier. I
got
don't
too
think there's
much,
any
but Alex John made his way around Andrew Cowan now, and now he's on the back of these boys. He's back on the back of these teammates, waste management cars there of Bradley Hudson and Tim Schmellenberg. Oh, and Cowie is not letting up. Cowie's staying on the back of these guys. He doesn't look happy that he was overtaken by Alex John there, so he's definitely not going to stop finish this fight. Andrew Cowan's definitely got speed behind him. So Alex John just trying to make amends for his earlier misfortune. But Bradley Hudson and Tim Schmellenberg really working together to take care of both racing lines here, closing the door. Oh, but he's made his way. Alex John just on the inside of Bradley Hudson there. So just as I was saying, they're working really well together as a team. Alex John is absolutely on the hunt. There was not much that Bradley Hudson could do much about that. Oh,
Big
now we've
slip
had
up.
big contact from Andrew
Big
Cowan,
slip
Alex
up.
John, and that's just taking out half the field here. We've had 4 or 5 cars all caught up into that. Wayne Edwards in the back there just had nowhere to go also. Wowee. Wowee. That was pretty full on. Andrew Cowan getting caught up in that. Alex John, Wayne Edwards. Oh, whoa.
I gotta
that
say, that was racing. That was a show of pack racing. All those guys were within 100th or 2 a second of each other, like right on top of each other. One person makes a little mistake and slides, too much brake, a little bit too much acceleration. Everybody's so close, it's gonna be so easy to clip someone, and I think that's exactly what happened there. And then everybody was just screaming around the corner, and they're in the middle of the track. What do you do?
Exactly right. There was a lot of drivers that had nowhere to go there, so.
And we're inside the last 5 minutes, and no safety car for an option for race control.
Oh, yeah, true.
So the race is
inside
continuing. Oh, there. Wait, did that cause it? No, Cam Edwards slid off the track
a little bit
there.
earlier. So as we come, yeah.
There we go. This might be. We've got
So-
Cowie, and you can see Alex as well. They're all trying to battle for space here.
Yeah.
Nearly 4 wide, nearly 3 wide in that corner. Oh,
Oh,
it looked like, I don't want to say this is RC, but it did look like there was a little bit of
Like brake check.
braking. A little bit of braking that Alex couldn't get a hold of there, and he had to pull up, which, as I
yeah. I
said,
think he had to pump. I think he had to just punch the brakes a little bit just so he didn't go off into the grass, and that's just caused that chain reaction behind him by the look of it. There's that Nick Schmellenberg and flipping upside down, seeing sky and road quite a few times.
wow, so no safety car in availability because we are in the last 5 minutes of a race. The race,
2 laps left, boys.
2 laps.
So we got-
The race must go on.
And Mr. Bradley Hudson and Timothy Schmellenberg of the 2 teammates seem to have come out unscathed out of that one. Just Timothy's brother has not there, but Scotty Reagan up into 3rd place now
Look at
for
this.
Team SRW. Well done, mate.
It's Scotty
Cameron Edwards down
Callahan.
in the 4th place. And Scotty Callahan up 13 spots. So we've got Scotty Reagan and both Scotties in our race tonight, both up 13 spots. Starting from the rear of the grid, Michael Cartajar with an absolute masterclass tonight. He's held off this field from the start, and he did build it up to a 12, just over a 12-second gap there. But now, Scotty Callahan is well into his draft range, hunting on the back, right underneath the rear wing there of Michael Cartajar. So I'm sure Michael Cartajar right now is sweating in these last 2 laps.
Oh, he might
We
be
should be
sweating,
seeing a
but
white flag very soon.
we know Michael's fast, so maybe he just knows the pressure's there, and
Well, he's defending. He is breaking the toe at every opportunity he can, boys, so he knows.
He's
He
definitely,
knows Cal is coming.
he's definitely sweating. He's when somebody's in, right underneath that rear wing, if they're under 5/10 behind you, that's a bit more than a little bit of slipstream range. That's full draft there.
Who knows?
As
I'm
we
just
can
going to sit here and I
see.
might clean up the pieces. This is an opportunity, I think.
I think so. I think just be patient back there, Scotty.
Look,
As
I
we
tell you
see
what,
this,
if you
Michael
finish
Cuttinger-
third, you can't be in the interviews, all right? Because I've already spoken to you enough tonight, and I think that's fair.
Yep,
I
agree.
disagree. But I also disagree with the fact that I got a rear grid penalty, and yet, yeah, I'm still in third.
Exactly right. So just be that can be a prize for tonight. So Scotty Callahan still putting the pressure on. We are not down to white flag. We're on the second last lap for now, guys. Second last lap for now. We should be seeing white flag as these guys come back over the end of
No,
this
we're on
lap.
the final lap. We are on the final
We're on
lap.
the final
Yeah,
lap.
SDK's not
Sorry,
showing
sorry,
flags.
apologies.
It's all right,
So
mate.
we are on the final lap. I should have trusted my instinct there. So we are on the final lap. Scotty Callahan putting piling the pressure on here on the back of Michael Cuttinger. Scotty Rankin in third place, profiting really nicely from the melee that's happened behind him tonight or in front of him, and he's just done very, very well to be patient. Maybe something will still happen between these two first in place, the pole sitters, pole sitter and our second place getter at the moment. Scotty Callahan up 13 spots along with Scotty Rankin, so very well done there. Scotty, how you finding it? You still sweating, mate?
Yeah, give me 2 corners.
Fair enough.
Well,
And
Stephen made it into 10th with all the retirements tonight. So,
oh, look at that!
unlucky for some, but lucky for others. Well done, Steve. Top 10 tonight.
Nice,
Solid
and
effort.
winner and class winner for the SR10s.
And here comes a checkered flag as Michael Cuttinger takes out round 4. Scotty Callahan in third. And what a race by Mr. Scotty Rankin, and on comms with us into third place. Well done, mate. Cameron Edwards 4th. Bradley Hudson 5th. Timothy Schmellenberg 6th. Leon Williams 7th. Bruce White 8th. Wayne Edwards 9th. And bringing up the rear of the grid is Mr. Steven Sinkovich. And if you guys don't know, he is a co-owner of Sim Racing World. One of the gents that helped get this all off the ground for us to all enjoy.
Most definitely.
We'll just pay some
And that
respects
beautiful
of
looking livery
hashtag
too, that's
Spinovich.
looking cool. Yeah, hashtag Spinovich.
How
please.
funny would that be if he
Yeah.
actually just spun as we got on board with
Just
it?
on the last lap, yeah.
Just throws it in the wall.
Yeah, just for effect.
All right, that's awesome. We are going to get our podium into the green room for our interviews and have a little chat with them. Stick with us as we will be heading to the Porsche GT3 Cup straight after this.
Gonna be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
Fantastic. So thank you very much to everybody out there viewing tonight. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the likes. If we couldn't do that, we'd do it without you. And put a sly little hashtag Spinovich in the comments if you'd like. It's all out there. Do please, guys.
There we go.
Here we go. Race
Final
results.
results.
Here we go. Mr. Michael Cuttinger in first place, followed by Scotty Callahan and Scotty Rankin in third place there. Great little race there. Cameron Edwards with the fourth place, having a great race, slipping down into fourth place from second place there. Bradley Hudson and Timothy Schmellenberg, the JWM Esports guys, doing very, very well, working together at the end there and holding off the chaos behind them, I think, and coming off definitely a bit shinier than the field behind him. Leon Williams up in the 7th, Bruce White in 8th, Wayne Edwards in 9th, and Steven Sinkovich wrapping out our 10, and that's everybody that actually ended up finishing our race on lead lap, as it seems. Alex John, everybody else seems to have a disappointing one, and everyone did not finish. So that is disappointing.
You know what I did get to see, though? All the guys did a proper cool-down lap. What was that? Where's the burnout, guys? Wait, I think there was someone in the pits then chucking a burnout. And then they disappeared. Good chance that some of these guys are going to the Porsche Cup, so they will be getting out of the Radicals right now and heading over to the Porsche GT3 session. So bear with us while we get our drivers down for a chat. And we will be moving.
And in third place, Scotty Rankin.
Scotty Rankin.
Scotty Rankin in third place. We already got Scotty Rankin in the chat already, so we will bring down Scotty Callahan first.
There we go. We start with third. We start with third. We do Scotty Rankin, get him to shout out his spots, and move on up.
Yeah. Scotty, how'd you find tonight, mate? How was your race tonight? We had you running commentary tonight, so thank you very much for jumping in the comms box as well while you were in the driver's seat. So it was very good to have some driver insight tonight. Thank you very much for that, mate.
Yeah, something a little bit unique for SRW. Honestly, this has been the car I've been enjoying myself in lately quite a lot. This and the TCR, but unfortunately, I'm comms for the TCR.
Definitely shows. So
this has been where I've really been enjoying myself. It's been awesome. We've been chatting to Scotty Cal every week, throwing banter around. It's been awesome having some fun with Cowie and the entire team there. It's just been an absolute blast. And Watkins Glen, another side of another happy finish here in SRW. So
awesome.
We love a good happy finish
to the team, mate. So. And who would you like to thank tonight, man?
Hang on. I've got to get the list up. DSL Welding Services, Pagnian Imports Dragon RC, and the boys over at Melville Equipment Corporation. Big shout out to everyone that's been out here to support me. And Tuesday, we're going to have another crack at trying to win ourselves an IndyCar race. Very
nice, very nice. We know you're one to watch in IndyCars, mate. So you got some serious pace in them.
These are basically, I mean, if you ever thought about jumping in a race car and having some fun, these are literally the most fun you can have in a race car, even if you're messing it up all over the place, because the thing is just such a live wire. It's so much fun.
It is. I agree. I mess it up all the time, but I have a lot of fun in them, so I agree.
Thanks a bunch. I'll jump back in for Porsche Cup. Help you cover Porsche Cup in a moment.
Yeah, speaking of the Porsche Cup, we are going to cut to a quick ad break. Don't worry, you will still hear our interviews with our podium tonight, but as we do the changeover in the background for Porsche Cup, so please stick with us while this happens.
Fantastic. In that meantime, I'll bring down Scotty Callahan. Oh, where have I dropped him? No. Hello, Mr. Scotty Callahan. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Very good. Welcome, man. How'd you find the race tonight?
I'm sweating a little bit, actually.
Yeah, mate. It was it seemed with that little bit of an incident there, it looked like from your cockpit view, it seemed like you felt like you got away with it there. You just dodged it, but then you just clipped your left rear wheel, eh?
Yeah, the spin, yeah, that hurt. That really hurt. But I suppose the safety car made up for it.
Yeah, exactly right. So it was a bit of a blessing.
So yeah, I don't know what happened on that last lap. It looked like Michael just blocked me in the middle of the bus stop. I don't know what happened, but it's like he just stopped in the middle of the corner.
Yeah. So yeah, it did seem like that to us as well. It seemed like maybe there was a little bit of anchors brought on because just trying to avoid doing it, but then trying to avoid it is what made it happen almost.
Well, I could have went round the outside or the inside of him, but he just stopped right at the right place, and that was it.
Yeah, so very unfortunate. Mate.
But anyway, I suppose he deserves the win.
Yeah, but you had an absolute great drive today, eh? Great drive, up 13 spots, mate. So,
yeah, I'll start from the front next time.
Especially because you did a 38 in race, a 38.8 in race.
Yeah, well, I was doing 38 flats basically every lap in practice, but I think the track went away a little bit in the race because, yeah, it wasn't quite the same, but low 39s was doable every lap. But it was hard to say. I mean, by the time I got into a groove, I only got one lap and then I got taken out. And then I come out with a damaged car and cooked tyres, so it just took so long to get back into the groove again. Bam, safety car. I don't know, who was it that spun out? Was that Cam? Was it?
No, it was Daniel
That
Schultz.
spun. Daniel, was it? Oh, really? I didn't see any of that, so I'll have to go back and watch the replay. I was actually surprised when Alex come out in front of me after the pit stop, but then it seemed like he pitted again under the safety car. That was weird because I thought, oh well, I'll be like 4 or 5 by the time the pit stops go through. But then Alex pitted again under the safety car, which surprised me.
It seemed like he had a little bit.
Right, I'd like to thank me, and I'd like to thank me, and I need someone to come on board to wash my car for me. Or give it a paint job. No, actually, I was actually going to redo a paint scheme this season and make it the car pink and scribble on in black the SR8's rule. But it looks like the SR10s have died anyway. There's no one racing them anymore. Yeah. It's the noise, I think, more than anything. If they gave the SR10 a bit of grunt in the noise department, then it might be better.
Yeah, chuck another turbo on it, I reckon.
Chuck a V8 in it. No.
Yeah, exactly right.
Let it
And 2
sing.
turbos. Yeah.
A V8 with twin turbos. Yeah,
let's do that.
But then it probably wouldn't go anywhere. It'd just sit there and spin in circles.
Yeah, true. Just pick a wing on the back, should be right.
Pick a wing, yeah. But you need the speed. You need to get up to the speed for the wing to work. So
True.
it'd just sit there off the line. But anyway, it's all fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank me again. No.
We'd like to thank you as well, Scotty Callahan. Thank you very much for your support.
Right, I'll have a bit of fun and stuff from the back of Canada, actually, because I can overtake everywhere around there. So that'll be a bit of fun.
Be awesome to see. Be great to see you on there as well. It doesn't seem that we have our race winner available to come into our chat, unfortunately, guys. So apologies there out in broadcast land. But we will be momentarily going.
I've actually gone casting out there, and I reckon, after such a phenomenal performance and winning the round for his class, I think it's time to do a Steven Sinkovich interview.
Oh.
I think so too. I mean, he's first in his class, so. I mean, he's on the lead lap too. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
No. Oh, you can tell him I said that. That's okay. Right, guys. I'll catch us next week anyway.
Thank you so much, Scotty.
See you, Scotty. Well done, mate.
Absolute joy to watch you.
I'll drag him down then. Wait, can I drag him down? Is he there?
Yeah, you can drag him down. You should have the roles on Discord.
No.
I was about to say, I think you should interview Scotty. Let Scotty Cal interview Steve. That
would have been good. One thing I've got to learn is how to drag people down a huge list.
You right click on your name and you go move to.
That's very clever. Anyway,
Steven. Hey, Mr. Steven Sinkovich, how are you, sir? Our class winner in the SR10s tonight. Very well done. And top 10. Well done,
top 10. Yeah. And top 10, man. I was wondering what was going on, man. I thought first Sinkovich to get a pole position.
I know. Beautiful work, mate. Beautiful work. And I must say that SR10's looking very nice on track, especially in that new livery. So I must give you a nice shout out for the brand new livery. Looks absolutely awesome.
Yes, and the new updated Porsches on tonight as well. So I'm actually in the Porsche car at this moment while we're speaking.
Oh yes, it's looking sexy. It is
Yeah,
absolutely looking very beautiful.
yeah.
So I'm loving it. I'm loving how you've used the SRW arch with the haunches of the car and the flowing of the car. It's quite cool, man. Very, very master touch.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Wasn't easy to do, but it was fun. I thought it was time to just a little bit of an update and get the SRW to be a bit sexy.
Oh, sounds good.
To
Sounds
get a
good. How'd you
bit
find tonight's SR10? What was the reason behind going into the SR10 tonight?
Because if you're already crap, you might as well get a faster car.
And
So,
how did
I
that
love
work
it.
for you tonight?
It was good, man. I really enjoyed it. Like, you saw the pace difference in the cars on the main straight. Like, I'd give a blue flag and I let the blue flag pass me, and then by the time we got to the bus stop, I was pretty much ready to overtake them back again. But I didn't have the talent within the windy bits, obviously. But I mean, it's not that hard to put the foot down to the floor when you got to go straight. Any monkey could do that, and I did that well. But it was good fun. It's still good fun. Anytime you get out on track with all these guys and have a bit of a laugh is good fun. Good crowd, good community, so I can't complain.
Well, it's good to hear. It's glad to hear so many people are enjoying the Radicals this season. And again, thank you, Scotty Cowell, for our round sponsorship of the Radicals, which have actually turned pretty much back into the SR8 Radicals now. So
Yeah.
it just shows everybody has their favourite here. So, Stephen, anyone you'd like to give a shout out for your sponsors?
Look, we'd reach out to all our sponsors: Melville Equipment, DSL Welding, Promo Department, Pagnian Imports. Get your discounted products. Make sure you use it so you can get a fair price off some of your products. And I don't believe I've missed anyone for tonight, but we'll even give Dragon RC a shout out, even though they're not really a sponsor for tonight's events, only because I feel sorry for Dan while he was sitting in the pits and I was driving past him.
Just a pity shout out.
Yeah.
Well
But keep your ears open, guys. There's a lot of stuff happening out there in SRW land that's going to happen in the next few weeks. Season 4 is going to be launched soon, nice and early. And also we've got some really cool and new sponsors coming on board. So some exciting times coming up. And I hope you haven't got me on live cam because I've just spun and I'm reversing into the pits.
Oh, I can actually. I saw that behind the race info. The camera was on scenic and it picked you up perfectly then. Fantastic, Steve.
There'll be some more announcements in the next few weeks and some really cool things we're going to be doing for hopefully for the final round and in between seasons. So yeah, keep your ears to the ground and hope to chat to you all guys soon.
Yeah, keep an eye on all our socials. All the links are in the description below. Follow us to keep updated on all the interesting and new things SRW are going to bring to you, the viewers, and the new drivers wanting to get on board. simracingworld.com.au.
Oh yeah. Get on board. We've got absolutely epic series.
Yeah,
A whole lot of different races and a lot whatever you want to choose, whether it's on dirt, whether you want to turn left only, whether you want to do some circuit racing like the GT Porsches, as we've just seen Harry Dodds doing a beautiful spinning move there. Just showing off that beautiful shiny livery.
Yeah, well, surprise. We are, speaking of new series, we're into the GT3 Porsche Cup for round 4. That's right, double header every Wednesday, Thursday. 2 races back to back. Man, we are a good team. I don't know why
It's going to be so awesome.
You
It's
see
going to
the
be
Two
so
races
awesome.
back to back. It's 2 nights of the week back
That's
to back.
true. Back to back to back to back.
Back-to-back super shows. Look at that.
So much back to backing.
Super show. Is that what it would
Well,
be?
we're starting a new trend, I think. Back to back to backing.
I like it.
Interesting.
I like it very much.
But we are in practice mode right now. While everybody's getting some practice in, of course. And Scotty Rankin has also moved on into the Porsche as well. So we're going to have Scotty Rankin driving on board, chatting with us. So again, thank you, mate. It's pretty cool to have the view from a driver.
Most definitely, isn't it?
And thank you all for joining us tonight too. If you haven't already, if you are enjoying this broadcast, please let us know by hitting the like button. If you don't already follow us, feel free to do that as well. It helps our channels a ton.
Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Keep up to date with everything, guys.
Yeah,
Big shout out to DSL Welding Services for all your support with the GT3s. So the DSL Welding Services GT3 Porsche series. Big shout out to the safety car promo department and our stream sponsor Pagnian Imports also. Definitely couldn't do it without you guys. And we're here with the pool master car of Adam Hughes in the Chris Boss racing car there. And we see his teammate up in first place at the moment doing the fastest lap of practice so far, which is a 146.696. So doing very, very well to slot himself up there. But Greg Barber is definitely he's one to watch, and he's definitely always a very quick qualifier, and especially around Catalunya, the circuit, to Barcelona to Catalunya, if I've said that right. Is quite a challenging track, especially that last kind of chicane sort of sector is very, very kind of difficult. You can come a cropper there, but you will see some passing opportunities there as well. Possibly some sketchy passing opportunities. So we might see a few safety cars tonight. What do you reckon, boys? Anybody got any prediction for how many safety cars we'll see tonight?
You're going to have at least 4, and I'll be the cause of at least 3.
I love it. Mr. Steven Tigovich, I like that. I love that.
I'm doing it.
4, and you're going to be the cause of 3. I'm just going to say 3, I think. I think that's going to be my prediction tonight. I've never got it right once yet, so don't bang on my prediction, guys. As we come down through this, Scotty Rankin coming through this last sector here. Very
tricky. A lot tighter in a Porsche Cup car than it is in a Formula 1 car, because this is, of course, the Formula 1 layout here as well, complete with the chicane. Where are you going to position the car? How much curb are you going to take? Probably too much there. Try and pick up the throttle again. That's actually fine, clambering over that sausage curb. The rear of the car wants to swing out from underneath me. Not settled, not stable. The car's nothing like it. The setup's a mile off here, boys. I've got some work to do.
Ooh. Here we go. Let's come for the...
I'm slower than Steven Sinkovich recording it. Oh, it's not Steven Sinkovich. We're okay. Never mind.
That's Mr. Tonkin.
That's okay. That's okay. So long as I'm faster than the boss, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a different Steven.
Well, you can still call him the boss.
Oh, Harry Dodd's locking off a left rear there a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have slowed him down too much. It's just getting in the groove, it seems. He's
Buddy, as much as you don't believe me, I've probably got a really good setup for you if you want it.
A really good setup?
I don't believe you.
Well,
what have you got? What's in the setup catalogue from Steven Sinkovich?
put it this way, don't judge the setup by the way I drive, that's for sure.
All right,
mate. You can't set up for crashing. That's
shots fired in the combox. Oh,
that's fine.
Yeah, fisticuffs in the box soon. Well,
He'll be in the pits. I'll be throwing my helmet at him in the pit lane.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Sam Muir getting in the groove of this track, getting in the groove of this car in this GT3 Porsche. He's had some mixed rounds, some mixed results last week. Got caught up in some chaos, but definitely had a great fight back towards the end of last week's race. So very well done from Sam Muir, and a beautiful looking livery actually. So it's kind of a bit of matte black on gloss black with some chrome and red. Looks very, very cool.
All right, I'm back, lads.
Oh,
please welcome me,
Mr. Shibby Howard back in our combox.
I was here. I was just doing some sound testing on the stream to make sure that everything's still good from the Radicals, and we had an extra voice pop in, so I've got to balance everything out, which so annoying once the stream's already started. So can people just stop dropping in, please?
You brought him in here for an interview. He didn't get a choice.
I didn't drop. I just landed. It was
yeah, that's true.
I just landed. I'm like an albatross. It hits a ship, everyone dives off the ship because it's going to make it drown.
You don't like seagull on a chip? No?
Yeah.
All right, should be the last couple of seconds of practice, and we will be jumping straight into qualifying. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around tonight through the Radicals, and now for the new people that are joining us for the GT3 Porsche Cup. We will be getting underway very, very soon. You excited, Toddy? You pumped for the GT3s?
I am super excited, actually. I love this track. I love Catalunya. There's a lot of spots on this track.
What's the prediction for the round winner out there at the moment with viewers?
There is none. Not yet. Yeah.
Round winner, I think Greg Barber. I think Greg Barber's got some
Barber?
serious pace around here, and I think he's got enough patience around here to be able
how
to...
about we throw this out? If anyone can pick the winner before the end of qualifying for this round, we'll give them a free entry into the Porsche GT3 series for next season.
Oh!
Do they get
Did you hear
to
that
see
out in chat,
qualifying?
guys?
Do they get to watch qualifying first? They have to make a pick now.
You've got to before the end of qualifying.
Before the end of qualifying.
You got to pick the round winner, and you get a free entry into the Porsche Cup next season.
With a reminder, guys, that one of these races here tonight will be a reverse top 10, as it normally is for our sprint formats. So it's not fair if we send these people into qualifying going, oh, yeah, the fastest driver is going to win the round. No. We've got 3 sprint races coming your way tonight. It's a super sprint round, with the final race of the night being reverse top 10.
So you got 3 shots at it, basically.
Well,
So
with 3
Paul's just
shots, I
said-
might win a race eventually.
John C said first one to cross the start-finish line. Well, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong.
John C's an avid viewer of SRW. He's always on there. I always see him on there, and love to have him back all the time. But yeah, I think he's just going to give us a little bit more detail, mate. Maybe even a colour.
Checkered?
Checkered.
But yeah, the flag is checkered. The first one across the line when the flag is checkered. There you go. Is that the colour?
The only flag I ever see is blue with a gold line on it.
Yeah. Just post it in the chat. Race car number, please, guys. Car number. You can put into the race chat, and you'll win.
Well,
Whoever predicts it wins a free entry next season.
Yep.
I don't know if they can see the car numbers, can they? So we'll go driver
Yeah,
name. Names.
I'm going to put the link, if they want to watch the live timing and see all the stats and stuff we see for the timing table, here's the link, guys. All you got to do is head to that link and you'll see our live timing, you'll see the car numbers, the driver names, and you'll be able to follow along at home. So they will be able to see the car numbers.
Yeah, that's super cool. Absolute legend, Chewy. Well, that's super cool because that makes it super interactive. You guys can see a lot more than what we're seeing as well, which is very, very cool.
And one more stipulation: if you're going to win it, at least be a subscriber.
I don't think we get many viewers that aren't subscribers anymore, to be honest, mate.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah, I feel like we're building a great group of guys that just love coming back and enjoying our broadcast, and a few that would love to race at some point in time. So let's hope they stick around. I know John's going to stick around. He's a good mate of David Unger's, so John will be sticking around and enjoying the broadcast.
Why have we got John on the road? That's what I want to know. Why isn't John racing?
He was having issues with his wheel. He was having technical issues that he couldn't get sorted.
He's been having that issue with that wheel for 2 seasons now. Is the issue that the wheel doesn't exist?
He has no wheel. Alright, as Sam Murray's coming around was on a purple sector.
Oh, he's going to be pushing it.
He's
As
on
you can
green,
see, that
still
last
at
sector through that chicane is always a hard exit. It's hard braking point. You can really unsettle the car as you come through the chicane because you do have to ride a bit of curb through there.
There we
So
go.
it is a very hard to get through that last bit of chicane.
First bit of times coming through. Sam Murray with a 1:47.5, and I should probably change that to best time so you can all see that. And then Tonkin with a 1:48, Rankin with a 1:50, but you can see Greggy Barber here is on a purple sector. 2 purple sectors, he's done a 1:47. 1 to edge out
Oh,
Seb.
come on.
That was a quick lap. We know
We're definitely seeing 46s tonight then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We've got Dylan Shepherd as well, just getting into a purple sector here. Let's see if he can keep this up across the whole lap. If he does, he is in contention for that pole position.
He sure is. And he seems very settled in that car tonight, so he's definitely going to be one to watch.
Just dropped a green. He was in a purple, off by 300th of a second in that sector there. I'm loving the colour of his car.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm really loving that, loving the livery, actually. It's kind of a little bit, you know, Martini kind of esque, but with the purple, the pink and the blue instead of the blue and the orange.
Good mix. Here he comes. He's just done another green sector. He's still 300th of a second off what he wants to be.
Oh, but he's still doing his personal best at the moment, so he's still on his green sectors at least, so that'll be a consolation for him. Even if he doesn't get fastest lap, at least he's getting his own fastest lap so far.
Here he comes to see where it puts him on the grid tonight. In second so far with a 147.2. He was so close. Yeah, good choice, mate. Set a cracker. He's straight into the
hundredths of a
pit.
second gap. Like, yeah. That's crazy. Here we go. We got Richard Mayer here in the juiced.
Oh, okay.
In
So
the juiced livery.
John's just said Greg Barber's on a flyer too at the moment. We've also got
he is too. He's on the
Stephen
purple sector
McCartan
first.
on a flyer.
Stephen McCartan getting purple sector, second sector.
We're gonna
So we've
see
got
some
Greg
changes.
Barber first sector and Stephen McCartan first and second and third sector now. Stephen McCartan coming out
And he just
firing
put
on all
himself
cylinders.
in tops with a 146.9. Greg Barber bested
Oh,
himself
come
by
on.
doing a 147 flat, and then Stefan went better and did a 146.9.
So we are officially into the 146s now, guys. This is exciting.
That
Hey,
is
he can't have done
crazy.
more than 3 laps.
That
That's
is
crazy.
crazy.
He's got to be grooving into this thing real quick.
So
it is
John,
a longer track though, so it'll probably give him more time to get some bit more tire temperature into these tires as well.
possibly, what was the track record? Do we remember seeing? What are we at?
I don't
We're at
remember what it was.
29. Definitely hotter than the Radicals were.
Yeah.
And 27% humidity, so...
Quite
interesting.
moderate. Yeah. Interesting. These things should hold up all right about that 29 degrees. It'll be a nice little moderate temperature. It shouldn't be too hard on the tires and shouldn't be too hard to get temperature into them either. So it should be quite good for him. That Whitey's pie car looks very cool.
It does. Bit of a change up to the usual liveries.
I do love that Stephen McCartan every season his livery makes me hungry.
I don't. If we're sitting here for 3 hours, man. Oh, I suppose not
Yeah,
3
I'm not-
hours with the Porsches, but you know, it's like looking at.
At least
pies
it's not
all the time.
KFC. At least, you know, I can go up the road and get a pie, you know, or find a pie of some sort. Whereas KFC, it's, you know, a bit more of a travel time after 3 hours of streaming. Oh, fantastic!
we
I'm
had-
loving these.
Oh, John
Sorry.
C is said that he wants to race. He eventually will, but he doesn't have a rig right now. And yeah, he confirmed. Yeah, Dave Unger with the wheel issues. He said, but they're all fixed now. So why isn't Dave racing? What is going on?
Dave's in WA. Dave's in
He's in
WA.
WA, yeah.
Did I miss that at the start? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was earlier. He's in WA. I think he might be possibly FIFO, maybe FIFO worker. So he might be in WA doing stuff for that. So yeah.
Mr. Peter Morris, Mr. Sippometer, or let's just call him the Sippometer, has said
The
Merv for the win. So,
Oh, I'm here for the win.
yeah, we were
Realize, Pete Morris, though, if you pick the winner, you've got to drive these cars next season.
Yeah, so everybody, fingers crossed that Pete Morris wins this, and we see him in the Porsche Cup next season. That'd be great, actually.
Okay, no, so John says no, he's just on holidays. So, enjoy your holiday, Dave. Enjoy. That should be good, mate. I hope you have. Hope the sun's shining for you and you get some time at the beach and stuff at WA. Beautiful spot to be, so good on you, mate. If you're watching.
I'm sure I just saw a wild Steven Sinkovich out at the times there, but I might have been seeing things. It might have been just Dean. Or Steve, are you out there?
There is
a Steve out
Sinkovich
there.
and a wild Dean Sinkovich as well.
little seeing thing. You gotta laugh. I'm sorry, I need to go the livery off more. You've done such a good job. It does.
And see, I really love how the curve. See how our signature SRW curve goes around the top of the bonnet, around the haunches of the bonnet, down the back of the haunches of the car. Looks really cool, man.
Yeah, mad. Well done. Anyway, enough of that. Here's Dean.
Yeah, enough of that.
Dean's the one that's gonna win tonight, not Stephen. We know it. We know it. I'm always hashtag team Steve. Always.
I'm always Team Steve as well, but you know, Dean's just because I always back the underdog.
We should put bets
Dean
on
always
how many
seems
times
to,
people spin.
Oh yeah, it's true. I don't know, we might run out of paper or
Callum Hodgson on some greens in the Bullmaster car. John C's on holidays, he'd love to drive one. And Dave's at the wineries. Well, mate.
Oh yeah, good on you,
choice.
mate. Beautiful. And Tyson McAvoy jumping in the chat as well. G'day, Tyson. How are you, mate? He said, well, this should be a great race. Let's go.
It will be a great race. We've been enjoying the Porsche Cup so far. They've put on an absolute outstanding show week in, week out.
And fantastic for so John C says car 51 for the win. So he is predicting Stefan McCartan for the win. Ooh, okay, here we go. So John C is saying Stefan McCartan for the win. Tyson McAvoy is in, thank you very much, he is in race control tonight. And in our safety car, also Tyson McAvoy, and also in our YouTube chat at the moment. He just said, hashtag no crashes. So I think he's saying, please no crashes.
He doesn't
make his life a bit easier tonight.
He doesn't
and Tyson and John C said, Tyson, what you smoking? Yeah, it's pretty true. It is the Porsche Cup cars at Catalunya. This is going to be mayhem. So we will see how it all pans out tonight.
Oh, Adam Hughes. I just saw 2 greens. That move him. I don't know if it did. I think he's still sitting in 4th here. You know, it'd help if I turn the track map on. Seriously, one job, Jibby. One job.
Well, 3.
Track map.
Many jobs.
It's very, very useful in qualifying sessions.
Most definitely.
So Hughesy didn't do any better, but he has still solidified himself into that 4th place. We got some guys out there doing best. Steve is on a green. No way.
Oh, pushed on, cool. Let's go. Well done, mate. And another green. He's on his PB. Well done, Steve. Those tyres are up to temp now. He seems like he's in the groove. Won't speak too soon. Let him finish the
let him finish the lap first.
Oh, shut up, Todd.
Commentator's curse. Yeah, commentator's curse was huge last night, I saw.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Oh, mate. It's like they had a wand or something every time they said something. It was just instantaneous almost. Oh, right in the curb there.
Yeah. Is that going to give him a 1x? That might. One tyre was on the curb, but oh man, that was close. 146.984. Did that count? I don't think it counted. It didn't count. Unlucky. Greggy Barber is on a flyer again. 2 purples. He wants to take Stefan out.
Definitely
he is
wants
going
to for
sideways around the last corner. 147.9. Wait, how did that? 146.8. Done him by 100th of a second. Oh my God!
Mr. Greggy Barber's got something to prove after last week. Didn't get the result he was hoping for last week, so he's got something to prove tonight. And he looks like he's really comfortable and he really likes and enjoys this track. So interesting.
Good to see how they go once they all get out there and see how everybody gets off the line, and then what sort of packs start building up. Because over the last couple of rounds, what we've noticed is you get some really good packs in the GT3 Porsche, where you'll have a front pack, mid pack, and a rear pack, and they are all just non-stop battling each other from start to finish. Yeah,
and also with the sprint rounds tonight, we're going to have a lot more even closer racing, I believe. I don't think they're going to have enough time to build up those gaps as they have in previous weeks, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you're right. I totally skipped my mind. It is a sprint round tonight, so that will be will be very interesting to see how close they all stay.
So hopefully, I think the strat, more the draft, the slipstream strat's going to come into it a lot better and a lot more than it is we've seen in past weeks, being fuel and tyres, etc. So these guys are going to be pushing hard. So you're going to see some really hard, fast racing and possibly people taking a few more risks tonight, if you know what I mean.
Definitely, mate. The Porsche is a great series to watch, and I'm sure there are great series to drive in too. All right, John C. I nearly read that wrong. So John C. chimed in and said, "Time for a coldie before they start." I don't know why, but the way I'm looking at it said, "Time for a cuddle before they start." I was a little confused on what he actually may have means, though.
Do you need a cuddle, do you, Shibs?
No,
Has
I
it been,
thought
it's been one of those
John
weeks.
needed a cuddle.
Loving it.
All right,
Loving it.
The grid is up, guys. Let's take you through it. Greggy Barber qualified with that screaming lap with only a few seconds to go with a 1:46.87. Fantastic. With only a hundredth of a second behind him, Stephen McCartney in second, Dylan Shepherd in third, Adam Hughes from Crisscross Racing in fourth, Sam Murr in fifth, Richard Mayer from Frog League Juice Racing in sixth, Steve Tonkins, Scotty Rankin for Team SRW, Greg Leake, David Leslie, After Dark Sim Racing to wind up your top 10. Don't forget, guys, it will be a reverse grid for the second race. And that's
going to be epic.
Is going to be where we want to see Mr. Dean or Steven Sinkovic, I reckon. I reckon they need to finish, you know, up the back of the pack somewhere and try and get themselves into first.
Oh, yeah. Push. You can do it, boys. You can do it. Mr. Daniel Fritz in 11th. Mr. Callan Hodgkinson in 12th. He we want to watch. He's one that likes to push his way through the pack, work with his teammates as well in the Crisscross Racing boys. One thing to watch out for these as well with the Porsche Cup cars, there's quite a few teams in here that kind of tend to work together a bit, what makes it even more interesting racing also, and just see how the team strat kind of plays out also. Mr. Dean Sigovic in 13th place, Alex Court in 14th. He's one to watch. He's very, very fast. So he'll probably slot himself through the pack also. Harry Dodds in 15th and Daniel Schultz in 16th. Stephen Sigovic in 17th and Matthew Boylett for Team Orion in 18th. There, so beautiful work from these guys. It should be some great racing tonight in these sprint rounds. We got old mate Top Gun Jet Oliver Murray in 19th and Chris Island down in 21st. Tyson McAvoy, thank you very much for driving our safety car and being in race control tonight as well. Here we go, guys. On our red lights. We've got 5 reds. Green. Let's go. For round 4, the Porsche GT3 Cup, brought to you by DSL Welding Services. Great start from these top 5. We got the 3-way drag race down to the top in turn 1. Absolutely, all these guys getting off the line very, very, very confidently tonight. A lot more confidently than we've seen in the past couple of weeks. Nobody jumping to start. Nobody getting too sideways up the start. Everyone coming off cleanly. Beautiful moves up through the packs here. Up through the pack here, Callan Hodgkinson, Harry Dodds, Chris Island up 7 positions already, having an absolute blinding start. Jet Oliver Murray, Mr. Murray there, going up 1 spot. David Leslie up 2 spots. And Dylan Shepherd, who's absolutely profited from that drag race start down into turn 1, 3 wide. Dylan Shepherd came off nice and shiny out of that from 3rd up into 1st. Stephen McCann dropping down into 2nd. Keeping his 2nd place. Greg Barber going down 2 spots. So not the best start for Greg Barber, but we know Greg Barber loves a good battle and loves a good sprint race. He's always got some pace. He's my prediction to win it tonight. So we never know. If you never go, here we go. Adam Hughes, Sam Muir on the hunt down on the inside. Richard Mayer on the outside. Beautiful move. Is he going to be able to make this stick? He is on the inside line for these next set of corners. He's going to have to give him race room here. Sam Muir just making sure that he's using enough of that racing line and enough off it as well just to keep him at bay. Beautiful work from these guys first lap. We haven't seen much carnage yet, so it's great. But this is the first time these guys go through this first chicane. And this is where you see a bit of curb riding and the car's getting very unsettled in these Porsche GT3 Cup cars. And it's not a car you want to get unsettled in. Oh, as we've just seen with Leakey, just gone sideways straight into the wall there. That was huge. Oh, take a breath, have a water.
Yeah, have a breath, mate. Good job. There's always a lot, and this is what I said at the beginning. There's always so much action through the Porsche Cup as we see Alex Court, Chris Island, and Harry Dodds battling for P10 at the back here with Scotty Rankin right up in front of them. And this is what we're going to see. We're going to see the front battle pack lead out a little bit, and then we're going to drop back. There's going to be another battle pack. We're going to drop back. There's going to be another battle pack. It is just going to be action all night. And Scotty Rankin has got Harry Dodds right up on the inside there. Is Harry going to make this move?
Scotty
finish?
Rankin seemed to be quite on the outside of those couple of corners leading up to there. He was using as much of the track on the exit as he could, but it seems that Harry Dodds has still had a better exit than him. So Harry Dodds slotting himself up in front of Scotty Rankin there, but I think Scotty Rankin is just being smart here. We know he's got enough paces down the back, if not.
Sorry, mate, I was just watching the train there, and it was a 6-car train, and then on the last corner, someone just disappeared off the back there, and it looks like Callum Hodgkinson has actually gone off track behind this battle pack.
Oh, yeah, it has, yeah. Ooh, hopefully it hasn't hindered his race too much, but he is down 5 positions from his starting positions, down into 17th spot from 12th now, so he's had quite a big moment, but that's definitely played into the hands of Chris Island here. Chris Island, off the start, made 7 spots. He's up to 9 spots now, so Chris Island, we know, in F3s, as we saw last night, he's got some serious pace, and he's one to watch, so very excited to see him cut his way through the pack here. He's always one to watch in that signature blue and black car. Along with, here we go, Stefan McCartan, part of the SRW broadcast crew. Big shout out to absolute legend. A really good fast Kiwi out there as well. So it's pretty late for him in Kiwi land there, and he's still pushing hard and still putting out some really, really quick laps. So with a 1:48.035 is his fastest lap so far, and we're only lap 3 now. So you can see this is the mark and a measure of what the pace is going to be for this race, I believe, Shippy.
Oh, definitely, mate. It's a 20-minute sprint to your heart out, you know. Everybody's going to want to push hard and fast, but also be a little conservative of how much pressure they're going to put on their tyres. So any little spin out, any bit of extra dirt they touch is going to impact everything they want to do, which is drive hard and fast right now.
100%. The last thing you want is dirty tyres when you're doing a 20-minute sprint, right? It takes you a lot of time to try and, you have to drive it a little bit gingerly for a corner or two after you get a bit of grass or a bit of too much dirt on your tyres, etc., etc. So, all those things play into it. And as we know with Catalunya, you have to use a lot of this track to be able to be fast here. And that means that potentially you have to unsettle the car quite a bit, especially through this sector. I love this sector in this car. If you can nail it, it feels really good. But if you don't nail it, it feels completely opposite.
It feels like you just drove into the sand pits next to the track is what it feels like.
Yeah, it's just, it is almost like the whole track just completely disappears from underneath you. It's like, what, hang on, I thought I had my braking point right, everything, but it just disappears. That's a great track for driving, but I think it's a great one for those kind of beginner guys out there as well. If there's a track that you want to kind of start learning on, it's a great track because there's a lot of different
David Leslie pulls out on Steve here. Was that Alex Court? That was Alex Court.
What a move.
Wow.
What a move.
That was off the straight there. That was a fast braking lap to get into that corner and around safely.
Steve Tomlin with a beautiful move in that JWM car. Absolutely beautiful move on David Leslie there. So David Leslie, but now we've got Harry Dodd slotted himself now in front of Chris Island. I'm not sure if Chris Island's had a bit of Chris Island's had a bit of an off track, it seems, at the back of the pack there. So he slowed down a bit there, and that's given the opportunity now for Harry Dodds to slot himself in front of him. But now he's just taking the spot back again. So Chris Island's slotted himself back in front of Harry Dodds. Oh, this is still going on, this massive battle, and that's what we love about these sprint rounds as well, especially in these cars. These guys just literally don't take their gloves off, but essentially, figuratively, take their gloves off and just go, let's go, boys, come on. I'm going full push on this car because there's no tyre saving, there's no fuel saving, there's no clutching in with this. Just go hard and as fast as you can and make as many moves. Oh,
Chris Island came down the inside of Alex Court, I think it was. Did look like a bit of contact. We're going to leave that up for race control, but that has let Harry Dodd slip through and actually pick up 2 positions there. So,
Yeah, unfortunate for David Leslie in that after duck sim racing car there. We'll definitely leave that to race control there. Oh, and it looks like David Leslie's gone off in the background there. Has he?
no,
Yeah, he has.
No, that's
Scotty Rankin's had a bit of a crash as well. Oh, no.
It is David Leslie, mate. Yeah, you're right. Doesn't look
David
like he's
Leslie's
had
had a
there's
bit of a
no
moment, and then
damage.
Scotty
Maybe
Rankin.
he's just too much power, a little bit too much braking. These things are so easy to unsettle. Like,
Yeah, 100%. And they drive unsettled the whole time. And then, you know, that's kind of, you have to drive these things on the edge. And then anything like, especially like that chicane, can so unsettle the car. And then, especially with that front end kind of splitter damage, very, very similar to what you see with the radicals. It really affects the turn in and the braking performance of these cars. So this is the replay. Thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for the action replay. Oh, he's just come in there. David Leslie was very, very hard under brakes, and then caught Scotty Rankin definitely unawares by the look of that, Shibby.
but it's hard
David
to
Leslie
say.
was very, very hard
could
on
have braked.
hard down on brakes there, but
Yeah,
you know, leave it
definitely
to
on the
race
brakes there.
control, but yeah. So maybe yeah, a bit of race incident there. I don't think Scotty Rankin was expecting David Leslie to brake that much, and I don't think David Leslie was expecting Scotty Rankin to come through there so quick as well. So yeah, a bit of 50-50
Bit of
there.
racing.
But as we go back on board with Stephen McCartan here, absolute beautiful moves here. Stephen McCartan still fighting, keeping his second position, qualified in second, keeping his second position there. But he was only just outside. I think it was 900ths of a second outside of the first place pole position. Oh, we've got Steven Sinkovich having a bit of a moment and just coming back onto track here in this beautiful new livery, giving Scotty Rankin giving him his brother Dean Sinkovich the opportunity to be able to get a bit of an opportunity to get past him. Scotty Rankin had a bit of a moment earlier. I'm not sure what's happened there, but he's obviously got a bit of he doesn't seem like he's got that much damage, but he was off to the side of the track a bit earlier, as we saw in the cams, just off to the side and peripherals.
Oh, Hughes down the inside lane, up around Stefan. This is going to be one seat. The last
come back on it. Definitely making that. Oh, look at this. They're both doing the crisscross on each other.
These guys are both super quick, dude. These guys are no slouches in the GT3 Porsche.
Most definitely. You'll see Adam Hughes. I reckon Adam Hughes will be showing Stefan his nose soon. Showing him his nose and then setting it up for the last sector of this. Show him the nose? Oh, no. Stephen McCartan's just letting him go. No, he's not. Or is he just being smart about this? No, he's getting the crisscross done. Oh, what a move from Stefan. Just beautiful. Just early under brakes.
Not over
making
yet,
sure
mate.
He kept that lane, that race line. It's still not over. In that Whitey's pie car, is he going to be able to get it? No, Adam Hughes is on the inside line. Adam Hughes has made it stick. This is not a spot you want to be defending too hard from as well. For Stephen McCartan, I think that was a bit more of a making sure that he saved the car and saved any sort of crashes there. So very, very smart driving from Stephen McCartan. You could see that Adam Hughes was on the absolute push and he wasn't going to pull any punches there. So good on him. Very smart driving from both parties.
How's your voice doing, Scotty? Toddy? We may have
not too bad. I'm just
we may have to drag Scotty back down here to help fill some air for you, mate.
Yeah, sorry, it's getting a bit croaky.
Yeah, no, mate.
Apologise, everybody.
There's so much action going on. As I say that, Harry Dodds, Chris Island. Those two are
what
into
a
it.
move.
These guys
love having a good battle as well. And these guys always battle in multiple different series, in multiple different cars. And it's great to see these guys just having a hard-out battle at Catalunya. It looks like they both love this track too. It's definitely a hard track not to love. Calvin Hodgkinson seems to have had a bit of a moment at the back there as well, a bit of a crash there. So he's still sitting in 17th position there, but he's definitely dropped himself down another gap of about 4.5 seconds there behind the back of the pack there. So unfortunate for him, but we're still in this battle here with Chris Island and and Harry Dodds. These guys love a good battle, and they are pushing hard. Tell you what, I'm very, very impressed in these guys' car handling skills tonight. Like, especially on a track like Catalunya, there's a lot of bumps. There's a lot of parts on this track that can really unsettle the car, because you have to be really pushing the edges of the track, or pushing apexes, or pushing a lot of curb as well. Sorry.
Have a drink, mate. Have a drink. Have a breather. Kick back, relax, enjoy some of the racing without commentating too much, and just give that Adam's apple a bit of a rub for me, will you? Like, just give it a little rub.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just so exciting. I can't stop talking, eh? It's like,
mate,
there's so much action.
The GT3 Porsche Cup never disappoints. Never has. Don't think it ever will. It is such great racing.
And it's so close, and you know, and there's always these little battle packs, and there's always these little, you know, there's always these little niches of guys, and now, especially these guys racing in the Porsche Cups. This is the third season these guys have been racing each other, you know. Yes, we've had some new guys and stuff, but a lot of these, like the majority of this pack have been racing against each other for 3 seasons now. It really shows. They really know how to. They know the ins and outs of each other's driving, if you know what I mean, which is really interesting to watch now, because they kind of know what sort of driving styles each other has. They kind of it really starts to affect a lot more of the strat, I think. It's cool. It's so cool to watch.
It is. So, mate, I was just doing some chat commands and realised I don't even have that one set up. So that was great. But anyway, while that's on stream, don't forget, guys, follow all our socials, links below.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to all our sponsors. Pagnian Advanced Simulation. Get a nice discount off by using our link in the description below for all your sim racing good. DSL Welding Services and the promo department. And of course, you guys, if you are enjoying our doubleheader broadcast back to back to back every Wednesday, Thursday, please let us know by hitting that like button. Throw us a follow and fish us up a subscribe. And if you're really feeling good about yourself, how about sharing us with your friends and family so they can enjoy the action-packed racing that we bring to you 5 nights a week?
Most definitely. And just on a side note for Pagnian as well, I've dealt with them in the past and stuff like that. Absolutely awesome to deal with. And you guys in New Zealand as well, they will ship stuff to New Zealand. So they are one of those companies. It's sometimes really hard to get a lot of some stuff in New Zealand, i.e. Fanatec gear and stuff. Fanatec gear you can't really get in New Zealand that much, but being Pagnian Imports, being the representative for Fanatec in Australia, they if you chuck them an email, they will be able to get you stuff that you sometimes aren't able to get in New Zealand also. So there's a bit of a side note from a guy that's bought a lot of gear over the years and having trouble getting stuff in New Zealand. The guys at Pagnian in Australia are always willing to help. So,
oh, that's fantastic, mate. So there's a bit of an issue getting some of the different sort of sim gear you want in New Zealand. And,
yeah, there is. Issue. You know, there's certain things with like Fanatec and things. Fanatec, I think they've had a bad supplier over here in New Zealand in the past, and Fanatec have rubbed their hands in New Zealand, but Pagnian Imports are very, very accommodating and will help get whatever we can't get here. You can definitely source from Pagnian Imports. It definitely is getting better in New Zealand, but Pagnian Imports are one of those stalwarts that have been around for so many years, and they support the sim racing community as well so much. And yeah, big shout out for them. Great company and awesome. Thanks for all your help over the years, guys.
I think Greggy Barber might just got a little kiss on the back of Richard Mare's Porsche just then. I heard a little bit of a crunch. They were very, very close. I think he was just giving him a little kiss to say, come on, buddy, move on out of the way. As we are coming into the last 4.5 minutes of this race. For the first race of Season 4 tonight with our sprint round 40-minute race coming up next is going to be extremely interesting with a reverse grid. As Greggy Barber gets that move done, Richard hits a bit of dirt on the way through.
Come on.
But
he got that done, but full on the edge as well. That looked like a little bit of lock up and a bit of dirt on the outside. Wow.
But Richard also didn't slow down. There was neither of them slowed. And he's still right there on Greg. It's going to be interesting to
so
see
hard.
how long he can stay there for, because we have seen Greg, he is pretty quick.
Yeah, and it seems that Rich is definitely not giving up, and it seems that possibly Greg Barber might have put a bit too much temperature in those tyres trying to make that move, and it's actually gone a bit against him now. He seems to have been losing a bit of pace out of these exit of these corners.
Possibly, we're going to see. Seems there's not many laps left, so it might be enough just for him. He does look like he's gaining a little bit. Might be just enough to get him through the rest of the track and hold this position as 6th. So, you know, don't forget the points of the first race still add up and they carry on to the second one. So you might have a 6th or 7th place in the first race and then get a first and still manage to win the round race, depending on how everyone else went. So never count out the top 10, that's for sure, especially not in a sprint race.
So last week we had the winner. He got first and a third, and then in the sprint races, and then in the second race, and then ended up winning the whole round. So that goes to show. So yeah, word to the wise. You know, maybe you can push for one race and not push as hard for the second race and still win the round. So
100%, mate, 100%. Just remembered. Talking to myself. I went into producers mode then. If you ever start hearing me talk to myself, it's like, Shibby just dropped into producer mode. Yep, I forgot I was commentating for a second there. I had to do something in the background and brain goes, no, don't want to do it.
I hear you. Yeah, the same thing for hosting and producing on the Tuesday night for the sprint cars is there's so much action. It's such a short track, and then trying to keep up with that plus trying to keep up with the action and all the rest of it takes a lot of brain power, doesn't it?
I had no can open on that screen. I'm sorry, guys. I need to get the points up for tonight so I can work out who is going to be our round winner after 2 races. I did not mean for you to see my boring Excel file.
Everyone loves an Excel file, don't they?
I don't know. It depends. If you work in accounting and you like doing it, then I suppose you do. It is a very
my
useful
little brother.
program.
My little brother loves a spreadsheet. Loves a spreadsheet. I look at a spreadsheet and go, like, get it away from me.
I like
But
using
they
them.
are
They
useful.
are very useful. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, especially food
Alright,
costing
why are
over the years,
why are
man.
we
You can do
talking
without
about
it, you know.
Bloody spreadsheets, Todd. The race is
I
nearly
know.
over. Get back
Here
to
we
the
go.
action.
We are coming into the 12th lap, guys. Here out of 14 laps.
It is time,
But
though,
we are
mate.
coming into
Yeah.
the last second of this lap of this race. So we have come to time now. So this shall make up our last lap, as we have come to time. Come to time, guys. It will go to 12 laps. It'll go to 14 laps if we make it to the 20 minutes. But this is a 20-minute sprint round. It will
That
be
is
a
up.
reverse grid for the second round. So, as we go through here, Dylan Shepherd with a great race. He had a great start with that great drag race down to turn 1. He got it 1 in turn 1, lap 1. Dylan Shepherd up 2 positions. Adam Hughes with that great little battle with Stefan McCartan, slotting himself up into second place for this first race. Stefan McCartan maybe banging on the fact he's still got a third place. He was he kind of seemed to he was very patient and let Adam Hughes go past him. So Stefan might be just banking on the fact that if he gets a third and then really pushes his second race with the reverse grid, he might be able to make more positions up and then end up with the round win. You never know. But that said, Adam Hughes and Dylan Shepherd now can chill out a little bit more. Not so much pressure for them to get so much on the podium as well for next round, for them to get a good result towards the end for the night, for the round.
I'm so sorry, guys, too. I didn't even have the intervals up that whole race. I am absolutely terrible. And Peter Morris has just dropped in to say, spreadsheets are my happy place. Well, I'm glad, Pete. I'm glad. But that is round 1. I'm so sorry we missed some of the finishing there. But Dylan Shepherd takes our first place in race 1, followed by Adam Hughes, Stefan McCartan, who both had an awesome battle through there. Sam Murr into 4th. So, Mr. Peter Morris, you have a good chance of Mr. Sam Murr taking out this round tonight. So he has finished in 4th. Greg Barber in 5th with a great drive, as always. Richard Mayer in 6th. Alex Court in 7th. Chris Ireland in 8th. Steve Tonkin 9th. Harry Dodds 10th, up 5 spots. So maybe, oh, he's going to finish. There we go. Reverse grid swap. We saw Doddsy do this a couple of weeks ago.
But I think the most smartest drive is Chris Ireland. So Chris Ireland has gone up 13 spots. But you know what it puts him in 8th? It's going to put him on the second row of the grid for this restart. Chris Ireland is fast. I think Chris Ireland is going to really push. He might be the winner of the second race. Just putting it out there.
To be interesting to see.
Harry Dodds. It's going to be a big battle between Harry Dodds, Chris Ireland, Adam Hughes, Stephen McCartan, and Dylan Shepherd, I reckon. That's going to be a real big battle pack for this second race. I'm putting it out there. And we are gridding up as we speak, guys, for this second race.
I've lost my SDKs. Stop it.
As SDK to,
no.
Sometimes it doesn't like the old changeover of...
No, I couldn't find where it was in out of the other 20 things I've got opened. Again, guys, I'm not usually on comms. I'm it's hanging behind the scenes, not having to stress about if people can hear me talk or not. So...
it's all good, mate. It's all good. Everybody out in viewer land understands. So we know how it is. Yeah, you gotta play with the cameras and deal with all that. Plus, talk about and keep it on the action. So you're doing a very awesome job, mate. So we appreciate every second we have with you. So integral, you're our head producer. And our illustrious head producer, as I like to say. Here we go. So, for our Heat 1 results, we got Dylan Shepherd in first, Adam Hughes in second, and Stephen McCartan for Crisscross Racing. So, we got Crisscross Racing in second and third there, guys. So, very well done from those boys in that team. And fifth there for the Crisscross Racing. So, we got 3 of the Crisscross Racing boys in the top 5. Very well done from them. Sam Muir in fourth there for TriStar Racing. Very well done. That wraps out our top 5. So Richard Mayer there for Frog Leap Juiced Racing. Frog Leap is the flavour and juiced is the drink, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Alex Court in 7th for After Sim Racing. Chris Ireland in 8th, Senate Sim Sports. Steve Tonkin in 9th, and Harry Dodds in 10th. So that's the top 10 that will be reverse grid, guys. So just to clarify that, the top 10 is reverse grid. So you'll have Harry Dodds back into first place, etc., etc., etc. Daniel Fitz in 11th. From here on out, everybody will stay as they finished. That's where they'll start the start of this next race. So Daniel Fritz in 11th, David Leslie in 12th, Greg Leake in 13th with a bit of a massive moment, spinning into the wall and having to finish that race quite damaged in a quite damaged car. Steven Singovich and Dean Singovich, the Singovich brothers, in 14th and 15th for Team SRW. Scotty Rankin in 16th for Team SRW. Crisscross Racing, Callan Hodgkinson in 17th. Daniel Schultz in 18th. Matthew Boylett in 19th, and old mate Top Gun Jet Murray in 20th. So great race. It was great. Very, very close racing as we predicted. Hey, Shibs.
It was. I was just looking through as I start, making sure I've got everybody written down with their position and point system. I just noticed there's no Ben Siren tonight or Nathan Allen.
Oh. I was taking that as a drop round. That is a very good point.
Yeah, I was actually,
wow.
I was like, who are we missing tonight? And yeah, the big one was definitely Ben Siren. He's an absolute gun from 9.5 SimSport in this car. So really,
honestly,
surprised.
This track is one of those ones that it is loved or hated. It is very much like Brands Hatch, I think. People either love it or they hate driving it. Just because of that last chicane and that last sector. That whole last sector is a bit of a prick if you can't get it right, to be honest.
So Peter Morris said Frog Leap Juiced Racing is the sponsor, and Frog Leap is Braden O'Loughlin, owner with the team name. Ah, nice. Well, thanks, Pete. We love the bits of information you can feed to us. there's quite a few guys. I wonder if there was quite a... Actually, that makes me think. The pack is a bit smaller than it usually is tonight. So maybe, yeah, this one isn't one of the favourites. So they've decided to pick up a drop round.
Yeah, well, normally we're sitting about that 24 to 26 sort of mark, normally, in the Porsches. So, yeah, we are missing quite a few tonight. So, I know that racing on the titles and stuff like that, and even on iRacing as well, it's very much one of those tracks that people go, yeah, I love it, or I hate it, because there is a lot of places you can stuff it up, but I really love this track because if you're patient around here, and you take your time and you just make consistent laps, you can really, really definitely make some places up, because it's kind of one of those tracks, if you get stuck in making that one mistake on that one corner and that one sector, you kind of tend to keep on making it there, if you know what I mean, if your guard's down a bit. So yeah, so it's a nice one. That's why I like Brands Hatch as well, because you can get your way through the pack because people make silly mistakes. Put it that way.
Sorry, bloody way again.
All good. Just having a drink of water. Yeah. That's all. Keep the whistle wet.
The whistle wet. All right, we are gridding up. Sorry. Oh, God. This is why you don't do two things at once as a male. Anyway, you're grid for the second race. Harry Dodds, as he finished in 10th, because this is reverse grid, will take pole position. Steve Tonkin in second, Chris Island third, Alex Corp from After Dark Sim Racing in fourth, Richard Mayer, Greggy Barber in sixth, Sam Murphy for TriStar Racing, Stephen McCartan in eighth, got Adam Hughes ninth, Dylan Shepherd 10th. Daniel Fritz and David Leslie will bring us up the back there with Greg Leake, Steven Sinkovich, Dean Sinkovich, Scott Rankin, Callan Hodgkinson, Daniel Schultz, Matthew Boylett, and Jet Murray. And thank you, Tyson McAvoy, for our race control tonight, as we are just about to go live no sooner. And we are
Here we go,
off.
Green flag, green flag. Let's go. Chris Island with a lightning start, just getting cut off by Harry Dodds, just moving straight on the straight, just trying to try and ward him off.
Massive big incident.
Massive, huge incident. David Leslie flipping upside down. Oh, that had to be 5 or 6 flips there. Chris Island slotting back now. Has he got damage, or has he just had a bit of an incident, had a bit of rubbing, and let Harry Dodds go there? Who knows there? Or was he just banging on the safety car coming out because he saw how much of that car flipped in the background? I would not be surprised if we saw a safety car here. I think we probably should. Greg Barber going off on the outside. What's happened there? Has he been sent, or has he had a bit of a hardware issue? It looks like he's had a hardware issue. He's gone straight ahead.
Flag, I believe. For some reason, SDK is not showing us our flag notifications, but with the way they've all just settled down and slotted into line, we're definitely under yellow flag right now. So it looks like there's been a couple of incidents. We're gonna check that start again, thanks to DSL for their action replay. And you can see here there's quite a lot of cars right on top of each other. Oh no!
It looked like David Leslie thought he had enough space, but Dylan Shepherd was right there, and he's just moved across on Dylan Shepherd. Dylan Shepherd did not move his wheel, so yeah.
Imagine
either that or netcode. It seemed like they kind of came together quite magnetically.
Greggy Barber and seeing that coming towards you. What are you going to do?
Wow.
I'm sure he was the last guy that came through. Where is he?
That's pretty Fast and the Furious, isn't it? Like, he would have seen it flipped over his bonnet.
He was actually in front. I've got to go back a couple of cars here. Can we get back on board, SDK, please? Daniel Fritz. No, not Daniel Fritz either. Oh, there we go. We've got a car on the side there.
David Leslie.
Anyway, SDK's not
playing ball.
Not playing ball with the change of cars there. So
yeah, sometimes it doesn't want to do it if there's too complex a crash. It sometimes just goes no. And that seemed like a pretty complex crash. He flipped at least 5 times, I think. So he saw a lot of sky and a lot of dirt and a lot of tarmac
Oh yes, definitely. But yeah, unlucky incident right at the beginning of the 40-minute race. So,
Oh,
oh, we had quite a few people. We got people pulling the pits. Wait, what's happened?
we do.
Why did so many
Greg
people
Barber in the
jump
pits, Daniel Fritz in the pits, Scotty Rangan in the pits. So these guys must be, yeah, they're pitting under the safety car. That's why.
But we're not even
We're
a
only
lap
on lap
in.
2.
They can't
Wow.
be right. Yeah, Daniel
Scotty
Fritz.
Rangan couldn't have taken damage then, right? Or maybe they all got caught up in it. Oh, man.
What's happened?
This is insane. Well done, Richard Mayer, with the start. It was Tyson McAvoy with just the old face palm on the comments here. Tyson McAvoy is in the safety car, and he is in race control tonight. So he's not going to have an early night. He's not going to have an early night to bed tonight. But look at this, with the car flipping that many times into the air is always always that. And Braden O'Loughlin said that was a biggie. I think that's a bit of an understatement. Yes, that was huge.
It was quite nice, to be honest. I really wanted to see it from the view from behind the cars. Wait a second, we've got a Greg Leak.
David.
We've got a Greg Leak.
Greg Leak, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, and he's gone.
Maybe from Scotty Rankin's view, actually, maybe. Might be on the money there. Wow, this is just crazy, action-packed, straight up. So my prediction was 3 safety cars at the start of it. And Steve Sinkovich, he predicted 4 because he said that he would cause 3 of them. So he hasn't caused the first one. So we're thinking that Steve says he's going to cause the next 3. So
Well, let's hope he doesn't. Smooth racing is good racing, but you know, a safety car halfway through
also
the
is
race,
rubbing. No.
yeah, well, it is also rubbing. Yeah, but a safety car halfway through the race is never a bad thing to pack them all back up again and get that battling happening. It's going to be very interesting. Who's in the promo department car? Huge shout out to the promo department for our
Tyson
safety
McAvoy.
car, and thank you, Tyson McAvoy. Our race control this evening. So, reason why he was saying hashtag no crashes in the chat earlier, because he's manning the race control on his own, being an absolute legend out there and just getting the job done.
Yep, absolute legend. Just jumping in and gives a lot of support to not only the SRW crew, but to his own crew and his own race team as well. So big shout out to the boys. Very well done there. So he's a very patient man to be in a safety car right now, because I'm sure driving the safety car, I was on chat with him after stream last night, and I was like, it must be quite fun to actually drive the safety car. And he's like, yeah, it is actually quite fun, man. You know, like you jump out in the safety car, and you know, the McLaren's quite an easy car to drive and stuff like that. And it's just nice just leading a pack of these really awesome, accomplished drivers behind you, you know. Yeah, so he quite enjoys race control, and he quite enjoys being in the safety car. So big shout out to Tyson.
100%. Big shout out to all our race control team. They do a fantastic job every week. It's always hard to make a call, but they've got to make
I don't envy
call.
their position.
I don't want that job. Pass.
Oh, yeah, you can keep it. Yeah, you can keep that job.
They do an awesome job. That's the hardest thing to do within any race league is the
100%, because you have to be the bad guy, you know, like you're always seen as the bad guy somewhat, you know, so it's kind of trying to keep that balance of like, no, I'm a good guy, but, you know, I kind of have to be the bad guy, you know. It's kind of like the ref at football, you know. You know, you're kind of always somewhat the bad guy, aren't you? But they all do an amazing job, so we try and keep our league as fair as and our series as fair as we can, and they do. In my humble opinion, they do an amazing job. So thank you very much, guys.
All right, safety car, I believe, has disappeared from the view, and we will be waiting on Harry Dodds to restart this race. Race number 2 of this
Harry
evening's
Dodds
DSL
is
Welding
buzzing.
GT3 Porsche. And they are off.
Harry Dodds there leading the race away. He's definitely done well to get himself into that spot and just hold it. Steve Tonkin, okay, there's a bit of weaving down this back straight, trying to get some heat in these tyres. I don't think it's trying to pull anybody off their slipstream too much. I don't think there was too many movements on down the straight there. I think it was just trying to warm up these tyres a bit because the top three all did it in different kind of timings. We've seen a bit of a lock up and a bit of dirt on the outside of Steve Tonkin's tyres there, which really suffered his exit of that corner. Chris Island coming down the inside. Chris Island suffered himself in the third place here, down the inside of Steve Tonkin, as well as Stephen McCartan. So Steve Tonkin had to stay out on the outside line there because he caught it on the outside line of that first corner of that sector. Oh, sorry, second corner of that sector, or that first sector. So then that just leads into those next 3 corners in that sector as well. It just leads on to that racing line, especially if you have those many people on the inside. You just have to give them racing room. That's just the facts, and that's just what has to happen. Dylan Shepherd, our previous race winner that we're on camera with right now, he is in 8th place, right behind Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes pushing as well. Adam Hughes came second in our first race, so Adam Hughes is absolutely pushing, trying to make sure that he stays in front of Dylan Shepherd. Because Dylan Shepherd, if he's going to get the chance, will jump out in front, just like he did in the first race.
Oh, Daniel Fritz has made a mistake at the back there, which is let David Leslie look like get that position on him then.
Oh yeah, it looks like Adam Hughes there seems to have just let Dylan Shepherd go and Sam Muir. So Adam Hughes has just slotted down 2 spots there.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe
we were watching on board and
sure. He looked like he was on the right race line, everything else, but he just seemed to like pull off the race line and let him go. So who knows? He knows it's a 40-minute race though, so this is a bit of a different tactic than we've seen in our previous race. Was a 20-minute race.
Goes down the inside hard and puts Richard on the attack. And again, after a big overtake like that, these guys just don't slow down.
And Richard had to lock up that left rear, so that right rear, just to make sure that he respectfully stayed out of it. Because wow, man, he was on a push, Dylan Shepherd. I would call that a pretty. I would call that a very late break, not a. Oh,
big
who was that? Was
from
that
Alex Court? Just gone off the
David
side
Leslie.
of the track.
Alex Court, was it?
It was Alex Court. It looked like there was a big wiggle under brakes. The next minute, he was off the side of the track. Watch you rejoin! Oh my gosh!
Wow!
Wow, that was crazy.
Oh, almost took out Stephen in the process, but Stephen slotted himself up there into 13th spot now. But his brother, Dean Sigovich, is a bit of a showstopper, having a bit of a showstopper at the moment. He's up 4 spots, along with Callan Hodgkinson, as we were saying. Loves to slot up through the pack as well. He's up. As it all changes, he's down. Oh no, he's had a big massive moment. Curse of the commentator. Sorry.
Callan Hodgkinson has just had.
Just as I was saying, he was up 9 positions, and now he's back down to where he started.
There's that curse the commentator, mate. It happens every time. We can't help it.
I apologise, but some weeks we get it right and we give it, and it's actually like a blessing of the commentator, and people make positions up. So you take the good with the bad. Ebbs and flows, guys.
As we've got Dylan Shepherd here on the back of Steve Onken. These guys were, especially Dylan was very quick in the first race. Definitely,
he was our race winner as well.
It's going to be interesting to see how he goes pushing through the pack. It's always the interesting thing, seeing the fast guys come from 10th place and fight their way through to first. Or you can do what
100%.
Harry Dodds did, and he is a very fast, extremely good driver. And he did the opposite way. He managed to finish in 10th, so he could jump straight into first place. And he's got a pretty comfortable lead right now. And I saw him do this a couple of weeks ago. Similar tactic. First race, qualify between 10th and 8th. And then the second race, he just jumped out. Yeah, he just jumped out and off he went and took the win.
Yep. absolutely pushed on. And good on him. Absolutely good on him. Stephen McCartan still on the hunt, but Chris Island, as you were saying, definitely one to watch. But Stephen McCartan, even though he jumped in the third spot for our first race, he's back up into the third spot as well. If he can take this spot off Chris Island, he looks like he's good for the race, for the round win here.
Well, we still got a long race ahead of us, bud. But you never know.
Very true. Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
We're only
Because
12,
the commentator.
12 minutes in.
I should know better. I should know better.
It's going to be a big race, that's for sure.
Most definitely. Dylan Shepherd, as we can see on the back of Steve Tonkin, absolutely drag racing it down to. Is he going to show the nose or is he just going to take the spot? He's going to take the spot. He's going to take the spot. Late under brakes. On the inside, beautiful move from Dylan Shepherd. He loves making the move down into turn one, doesn't he?
That is such a ridiculously fast overtaking section off the straight there. That is such a fast section to be heavy under brakes and throwing this type of car into that corner like that.
He was just at over 160 k's an hour as he went through. That's insane. That's insane, just to make the move. But he held it, man. That just takes some massive cojones and a lot of practice.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You can have all you can have all the cojones in the world, but if you don't have the skill and the practice to go with it, we all know it just doesn't measure up in sim racing. 100%, especially in iRacing. Without the practice, you can still make it round, but definitely not at the pace that we see these guys. And these guys are the top of their teams and the top of what we see in iRacing. Really, these guys are very, very fast. And you know, one day I might feel like I'm fast enough to be in a couple of these races with these guys, but it might take me a couple more years of practice to get to these guys' level.
Well, speaking of fast laps, mate. That last lap just through, Greggy Barber just set the quickest race lap so far of a 147.72. That is nearly, in some cases, a second faster than the rest of the pack. So there's only two other guys doing 147s at the moment. So.
Oh yeah, and they're well outside of his. Oh, look at that! Come on, and we are pushing hard on this. I think. Oh, Chris Island making the move on Harry Dodds into the lead. Has he made it stick? What a move. Hang on, why is it not coming up that he's made the pass? Harry Dodds still... Oh no, Chris Island, he's up into first now. Harry Dodds into second. Beautiful move there for Chris Island. We've got Stephen McCartan trying to profit off this as well. Is he going to be able to make this move? What do you reckon? I reckon Stephen McCartan might be able to put enough pressure on Harry Dodds to be able to make this move happen as well. Dylan Shepherd is not one man you want to be out in his stream either.
It's brought another guy into the battle right now.
Yeah, just bunches it all up. Hey, Dylan Shepherd's just rubbing his eagle little fingers right now, rubbing his eagle little hands right now, going, "Come on, boys. Yeah, I might be able to get this," because as we saw last week. If you get a first in the first race and a third in the second race, you can win the whole round. So this might be what Dylan Shepherd might be banging on right here. If he can make it up one more spot, he's got this round win.
Just going to leave you on this battle with this four-way battle for a second, mate. I've just got to quickly duck out the door. What a battle pack.
Oh, good, mate. What a battle pack for these guys. Just absolutely pushing. And they know it's only a 40-minute race, but it looks like Stephen McCartan's got a little bit of damage on the front of that car there, and that front splitter, and it's definitely doesn't seem to be slowing him down that much, but it might be hindering him a little bit under brakes. It might not be showing that much now because he's still in draft range, and he is. But Dylan Shepherd loves making this move into turn one. Stefan knows that he loves making this turn into turn one, so he puts all his elbows out and makes sure that he doesn't give Dylan Shepherd that racing room enough for him to be able to make that essentially, you know, late under brake dive bomb. Essentially, I wouldn't call it a dive bomb, but that late under braking passing move. So Harry Dodds there, beautifully driving, just keeping the pace, keeping keeping his head about him, staying consistent sectors. He's been doing consistent low 148s. Sort of, low to mid, no. Very sort of low to mid sort of 148. So he's sitting between that 148.4 and 1.48.2. The last couple of races, laps. The last lap, just with the overtakes and stuff, has dropped about a second from his average lap time. But definitely, and Dylan Shepherd making that massive move on Stephen McCartan. And don't know whether that's going to really hinder him that much. I don't know whether there was a bit of rubbing. There was definitely lots of elbows out as he made that move. It was a massive dive bomb by the look of it. It was very late on the brakes, but you got to do what you got to do. And Dylan Shepherd, if he can stay in this spot now, he wins the round tonight. He wins the round tonight if he can stay in this spot. Okay, who have you just got off into the pits there? Chris Island, straight off into the pits. Okay, on lap 10, Chris Island off into the pits. Chris Island, I think, trying to do the undercut. Chris Island, or is he having to do a drive-through penalty here? I'm not sure what's happened there. So I will try and go back through and see what's happened with Chris Island. No, it looks like Chris Island's just taking the undercut. Doesn't look like he's taken too many X's, 1X's or 4X's or anything. He hasn't touched anybody, but he's only spent 23.43 seconds in the pit. So very short pit. So it looks like he has gone in for a splash of fuel. I don't think he's changing tyres. He's just gone in for a splash of fuel so he can make it to the end. But look at this. That's a big gamble with 18 laps to go, but he might have enough. And we know he's a master behind the wheel of Porsche GT3 Cup car. But back to the action, guys. Stephen McCartan. Dylan Shepherd now slotting himself up into second place. So if as we saw, he was in third place, but he slotted himself into second place now. Harry Dodds back up into first place. What's happened there? It's just because Chris Island has jumped into pit, so back onto the action. And Dylan Shepherd down on the outside is going to be able to make it. No, Stephen McCartan going to be able to make some gains from this move. He's just going to hound the back of this car. Just absolutely see every little inch of the rear underside of that Michelin wing on Dylan Shepherd's car. He's still got some damage on the front of that car, Stephen McCartan, but it doesn't look like it even bothers him or phases him. I would be puckering a little bit with Adam Hughes behind me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This battle is definitely pushed Adam Hughes onto the back of him.
This is what you'd call a fast four pack for sure. These guys they're going to pull away. You can already see there's a 2.5 second gap between fourth and fifth. So these four guys are just going to pull away and they're going to hope that each one another battles with each one another so they can keep making their moves forwards and backwards. Hey, Scotty, give your voice a rest, mate. Jump up to the open chat room and see if Scotty can come back down, mate. It sounds like you're starting to struggle and I don't want your voice to be stuffed for work tomorrow.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I got this.
Until tomorrow you say, hey, mate, I got no voice.
No, it's all good. I never lose my voice. I'll just yell louder.
You just yell louder. Is that the chefing part of you?
All I have to do is like an hour of solid talking tomorrow morning, and then I'll just be on the honey and lemons and the the whiskey hot toddies, if you know what I mean.
The whiskey hot toddies with some honey and lemon. Yeah.
Yeah. The adult version of honey and lemon.
That does sound pretty good. That'll soothe the throat right up.
Exactly right. So that'll be partaken in. So that will shore me up. So all good. I would love to jump up against Scotty Rankin, but I just don't want to get away from this action. It's so good. Oh, Richard Mayer off from the outside. What's happened there? Richard Mayer. Oh no, he's had a bit of a mare. Sorry, I shouldn't use that. Oh, that was a bad pun. Sorry, cheers. Oh, so he's had a bit of a spin there. He's had a bit of a push off track there, or he's a bit late on the brakes. So there's a lot of runoff on Catalunya, which makes it advantageous for less safety cars, I'd say. Hey, Shibs.
Yeah, 100%. It's so much easier if you take a off track on this one to safely land in the sand without causing any other issues for the race. So it's easy for race control to just say no need for safety car. Please continue.
Most definitely. And I do love that Harry Dodds' livery. And I know that Dylan Shepherd has absolutely carved his way through the pack, but I have to say a standout in this race so far for me has been Harry Dodds. Mate, I know he's got pace, but to hold your metal around those fast four and the top, basically top four guys or top five guys in our league, man, I'd be stressing, you'd be sweating pretty hard. So very, very well done for him to keep his head. And Callan Hodgkinson with that earlier moment, he's in the first race. He's actually up 3 positions from his starting position for the second race. So well done to him. Stephen McCartan still carrying that bit of damage on the front of his car. Harry Dodds looking at the rear tail wing of Harry Dodds' car there with the hashtag Talk to Me Bro. Very passionate about that. And you know, all the men out there, if you need to talk to me, bro. Hashtag talk to me, bro. It's always a good cause. And big move, big move.
Like
Stephen McCartan just putting the elbows out, making sure the big bum of that Porsche's made nice and prominent and true to get him out of the way.
It sounded like from my end there that they might have got a bit of panel rubbing happening as the pass happened there.
I think so. I think that was a bit of.
They were definitely.
I'm putting this car here, whether you like it or not, buddy.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And Richard Mayer having a great comeback here, but that looks like he's gone a bit off track there. Might be a 1X. He might have to have a bit of a slowdown here. It'll be interesting to see where he takes this said slowdown. Yeah, he's definitely pulling off the gas here. Yeah, he's just braking a bit earlier, just trying to wash that penalty off a bit here as he came into the exit of the final corner there.
That's something I never knew with the slowdown penalties, right? When I first started racing in iRacing, I pretty much nearly came to a complete stop. And a little bit of time doing it, realised that all I have to do is roll off the accelerator. So that time catches back up to me. So I was doing it wrong this whole time.
Oh wow, that would have been painful because you would have stopped like stopped dead on track, like you're at a stop sign.
Yeah, when I was in the rookies,
I
was nearly completely stopped.
Oh, ouch!
I kept rolling, but I had slowed down so much that
And then you'd be sitting there going like, how the hell do these guys do the same thing and then they don't have to stop on track?
Yeah, I was very confused. I was like, it's a slowdown. I'm slowing down, right? Am I doing the right thing? And then, it turns out you don't have to slow all the way down. You just have to slow down enough for your time to catch up.
Yeah, and you have to slow down enough in the set amount of time as well, in that window as well. If you don't do that in the window, then it keeps on, what's the word? It keeps on getting bigger. The time penalty keeps on getting bigger if you don't take it soon enough. Essentially.
100%. Wow, we're on screen
Stephen
right now.
McCartan, yeah, Adam Hughes with the push.
Battle.
And Adam Hughes from nowhere absolutely casts his way through the pack, past Greg Barber, his teammate, past Harry Dodds, and now slotters himself past Stephen McCartan. Adam Hughes, he finished second in our first race tonight, and now he's pushed himself up 7 spots back up into second position again. Come on, son, take a bow. And Dylan Shepherd's back to where he was in the first race also. So we actually have our top 3 exactly where they sat for the finishing of our first race, even though the second race is a reverse grid for the top 10. That's cool. And that just goes to show you their pace, their consistency, and their respect in driving and slotting themselves through the pack, I suppose, as well. What a race! Come on, what a race!
We're just over halfway with 33. I was going to say 33 minutes. No, I meant to say 13 minutes left to go to see who is going to be the full round winner. I have to keep an eye out on who finishes where. As Dylan Shepherd finished first, we had Adam Hughes second, and we had Stephen McCartan third.
Yeah, they're mirroring the first race.
Yeah,
so
Sam Mer in 4th and Greggy Barber in 5th. So it's going to be very interesting to see where these guys finish and how the points lay out. Because if you're unaware, there's also, in the second race of a sprint round, a bonus point. No, bonus 5 points to whoever sets the fastest lap in the session.
Oh, come on. Yeah, there's an extra carrot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, so at the moment, I think we're still sitting with Greggy Barber's 147.7.
Oh, and look, when we see him, he's pushing now. He's pushing hard too. Greg Barber is just literally halfway through the blowout race. I think he said, I think this might be team orders here. He's just like, no, fit team. I think his spot is gone. Yeah, when you get to lap 15, push hard. Go all fury out. Just punish that car as much as you can and push past these guys. So no, I thought Greg Barber, my prediction for tonight, he might win this second race, but I don't know. He's patient. He's fast, and he's got something to prove. He's been on a bit of the back foot the last couple of races, so he's definitely got something to prove. He's simply gonna put the right foot down. If you know what I mean. Richard Mayer here, just trying to make a comeback from that earlier off track, just on this same corner here. So I'll try not to curse him. Oh, beautifully taken there. As you see on the exit, you have to take quite a bit of curb. Very, you have to use a lot of curb, especially in these cars. In the GT3 cars lend themselves to this track a lot, but not so much the Porsche, because the Porsche is a very different GT3 beast, where the engines are situated, the setup of the car, not having any ABS or traction control, etc., which is very different for GT3 cars. You normally see with the GT3 cars, you'll have quite a high level of adjustment for both your traction control and your ABS. Different case of this car, which makes it a totally different kind of car to drive. It's kind of, if you take the combination of a V8 supercar and a GT3 car and you mash it together, that's kind of how you style of how you need to drive these cars. Would be it in a nutshell. What do you reckon, Chips?
Mate, I'm not that proficient at driving any GT car, so my point is null and void.
Oh, David Leslie's just had a bit of a crash there as well. He's had an off-track and a bit of a moment. So, well, I'm not sure they're there, but Callan Hodgkinson making the carving through the pack here, up 5 positions. Had a poor first races. Just had some bad luck. He's had some bad luck this whole season. He really had some massive improvements last series, but I think there's a few more. There's a lot more new guys into this new series as well, so that's thrown a spanner in the works for some of these guys that have been here from the beginning for SRW, because I think, you get used to the style of some, people racing and how they race around you and things like that, and then other times it's, a bunch of new guys, and then you're surrounded by a bunch of new guys. You have to then try and get used to the way they drive or how they drive or what sort of lines they take, etc. So Richard Mayer making some beautiful moves here on Sam Muir. Is he going to be able to make it? Richard Mayer on Sam Muir on the 104 car, making some massive movements to make sure that he can't get around him. But I think Richard Mayer's going to be very patient here. He might just show him the nose this corner and try and make the move happen next lap, I think. That's what I would do. I'd just be patient. Just let him know that I'm there. Make sure I put my nose, show him my nose enough that that he knows that I'm there. I'm going to pounce. So then he knows that, it's coming soon. And if I've got enough pace, I'm going to make this move soon. So it's almost like body language of a car that a lot of these racers do to kind of, that's how they kind of respectfully race together and how they kind of work out how this, as Richard Mayer's doing right now, seeing how Sam Muir likes to drive this track, what sort of lines he's taking in defense, what sort of lines that possibly he's going to try and drive this track for the next lap, and then what possibly gaps that Richard Mayer now can find that they can get his car around the outside or around the inside of Samuel. Big mouthfuls, but yeah, cool.
That's what happens. Oh, Harry Dodds has got around Greg Barber there. Oh,
has he done it?
Finish. Get to see Doddsy finish that move to move him into 4th place. He has a big hunt in the last 8 minutes to try and knock off 1.7 seconds onto Stefan McCartan. So this is going to be interesting.
As well, which, yeah, that makes it hard. Because if you can sit in that 1.6 to sort of 1.8, it's kind of the barrier of your kind of a slipstream window, I suppose. If it's any further out than that, then you're really not benefiting that much from it. As you can see, Greg Barber's definitely benefiting from the slipstream in the draft, but Harry Dodds definitely isn't. So he's in an awkward position with only 6.5 minutes to go in this race, guys.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire, that's for sure. For the rest of this battle pack, it looks like Dylan Shepherd and Adam Hughes have a pretty comfortable lead, being 3 seconds between them, and then 3 seconds between Hughesy and Stefan. So Dylan and Hughesy are probably just going to ride this one out and comfortably take the win, unless something crazy happens. And we're going to keep a watch on this mid-battle pack.
You know something's going to crazy happen. We know that we've had this massive battle here between Samuel and Richard Mayer, and in one of those different cases, as you see when you have a little bit of a battle pack, especially with these Porsches, Steve Tonkin hasn't done bad laps. He's still been pushing it, but it seems that these guys, for once, battling together and kind of almost working together using the slipstream, these guys have actually caught up to the back of Steve Tonkin. So. And Greg Barber's gotten away from him, so it's definitely pushing these guys back up together for this last 5 minutes of our race. Come on!
Definitely going to come down to the last wire. Tice has just dropped in and said, Harry's defending, not passing. Thanks, mate. He is defending. Yeah, he is defending. He's got Greggy Barber right on the back of him now as we see Stefan just in front. So they are closing the gap on Stefan. They've actually closed the gap huge. Wait, what has happened?
I think it might be that damage on the front of his car is actually definitely coming into itself with this longer race. His tyres are starting to pull off. Oh, Chris Island! Over!
There is a car on their roof.
He's doing a front flip onto his roof. That's Chris Island
on
his roof for the Hobbs Motorsports car.
There's no safety car. This is going to continue.
There's no safety car. Whoa!
Yeah, in the last 5 minutes, I don't believe they're going to pull a safety car for that. But we are definitely going to have to see a replay. Wow.
100%. Chris Island doing his impression of a bit of breakdancing on Catalunya here tonight in the Porsche Cup.
That was absolutely crazy, and it happened again. Just as I said, as long as no crazy stuff happens, then it happens.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Don't say crazy. It definitely happens straight away. Here we go, Greg Barber. He's definitely one to watch. He's pushing on, putting so much pressure on the back of Harry Dodds right now. Harry Dodds has been defending for quite a few laps now, and he's been just trying to defend this, put his elbows out. Stefan McCartan seems to have slowed up quite a bit as well, which is not making Harry Dodds' job any easier, trying to defend from Greg Barber. But I think Stefan McCartan's just trying to slow this pace down, trying to put his elbows out as well, slow it down through the chicane, and then get a good exit out of here onto the straight so we can try and build a gap.
They will be very, very close. I reckon it's going to be one more lap and then white flag.
I think so, and as we see Stefan McCartan making that massive move to try and break the slipstream and try to drag the draft behind him, but beautiful move there, Greg Barber. Just absolutely so much more room under brakes, so much more confidence under brakes than Harry Dodds there. So made a beautiful move up into 4th position there. Stefan McCartan, we're still mirroring our top 3. So our podium positions are the same as what we started as we finished in our first race tonight. Even though it was an inverted grid top 10 for our second race tonight, these guys have slotted themselves back up. Dylan Shepard with some beautiful moves, along with Adam Hughes with some beautiful passing moves there. And we got Stephen McCartan holding off this little bit of a battle pack. These guys have been battling this whole race. Greg Barber and Harry Dodds just having this big fat battle this whole time, while top three slotted themselves back into their natural positions, it seems, tonight, Chips.
Yeah, well, Stefan did have a bigger lead. There was 2 seconds between Stefan and Greg, so Greg's really pushing hard. Oh, a bit of a lock up on the brakes there, and Harry has got the look down the side. Can he carry the speed through over the road?
Big hop on the curb.
The curve hit there was huge, but he's still holding on. He's still got the power down. Oh, Greg Barber makes a move. Oh, lock up on the brakes.
Oh, wow. That was wheel on wheel. Cool. We'll leave that to race control, but wow, that was... Wow, okay, there's been a redress there. So Greg Barber slowed down. Let Harry Dodds
Harry
go.
Dodds
Harry
has
Dodds
just
was
redressed.
redressed. Why is Harry Dodds then redressed? Okay,
we'll leave that up to the drivers and race control, but that's what's just happened there.
Them. We'll get back to the action, eh?
The fact,
wow.
I think it might have been the fact that Harry Dodds went off track and then continued through a off-track section to get back on the track.
So he would have had to have taken the penalty, whereas Greg Barber didn't have to. Yes,
iRacing called a slowdown on him. And as you see, David Leslie right on the back of Mr. Leakey. We haven't seen much of Leakey tonight. There's been too much going on in the middle of the pack. But great to see Leakey out there in that beautiful red car. And he's got David Leslie. David Leslie right on the back of him.
And David Leslie stayed on his tyres this second race as well, which has been nice. So they've both stayed on their tyres this race, which has been really nice to see. We had some pretty big chaos the first sprint race, as you normally predict with a 20-minute sprint race in GT3 Porsche Cup cars, right?
I think that was the end of the race for Chris Ireland as well. I think there's too much damage. He's towed to pits, and it looks like that's where he stayed, which is really disappointing from the Centre Sim Sports driver. In the podium twice last night. That's how quick he is. Both in the TCR and the F3.
In the
was in the podium.
Absolutely. Brilliant job from him last night. Absolutely brilliant. And that's why he's definitely one to watch. And he was actually up 9 positions when that all happened to him. So, yeah, unfortunate for him. Same thing happened in race 1 for him tonight. Dylan Shepard almost all coming undone on the last lap here, coming up to the checkered flag. Brilliant drive. A race winner and round winner for tonight. A race 1 winner and race 2 winner for tonight. And round winner for tonight. Absolutely brilliant driving. Well, we only made it to lap 22 tonight, so...
Yeah, well, there was that early safety car at the start, which, took, probably 3 laps off us. And, of course, the extra time because they're driving slowly, so... But what a finish. So we have the exact same finish positions as in the first race. We have Dylan Shepard, Adam Hughes, and Stephen McCartan. All finished 1, 2, 3 in race 1, and all finished 1, 2, 3 in race 2 for round 4 of our DSL Welding GT3 Porsche Cup. That's crazy. That's going to make doing the points so much easier. And we know who the round winner is. We know who the round winner is. It is Dylan Shepard. He takes out the sprint round this evening.
Half day for Jimmy. Oh, yay.
I don't have to do math.
Yay.
I'm so happy. I had my spreadsheet here ready to go.
Loving it. Yes. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. That was awesome.
That's crazy that they would have finished. See, they would have started at 10th. In the last 2 rows on the grid, and they've battled their whole way to end up in the same spots. That's fantastic. What an absolute banger of a race.
And they made such beautiful, really not calculated, but very educated, very smooth overtaking opportunities. And they took the opportunities, they took their chances, but they were laid under brakes. And it was super impressive, super smooth. So it was a show of class from so many drivers tonight. So very well, especially from Dylan Shepard. Absolutely masterclass from him. Front to back and then back to front, right?
Yeah, 100%. Well, that is the race over, and I do believe we've got a Stefan McCartan in the chat, so I'm going to bring him down because he is a fellow Kiwi, mate. I'm sure he's going to want to get a nice early bed, so let's drag him in and have a chat with him. Our third place tonight.
Maybe
for
Shimmy, you
round
can
4.
do interviews tonight so I can save my voice if that's
mate,
no problem.
I think I can give that a go. Stefan!
Thank you, sir.
What's up, boys?
Well done, mate. Did you realise that you three finished in the exact same positions in race 1 and 2?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Was that pre-planned or something? You've had a little thing going on, being like, "Hey, let's do it this way."
Yeah, I'm not really in the championship hunt essentially, so I'm just having this for a bit of fun. But yeah, I was letting Adam and Greg sort of finish in front of me where I could, but Greg had his little issues in his races. But yeah, no, I didn't let them go on purpose, but I didn't have the pace to keep them behind me, so I was just playing my own race, really.
Was that mainly to do because we noticed you had a fair bit of damage to the front of that car? Was that slowing you down in any way? Because it looked like you were holding them off for a bit, but then it got too much.
Not that I can think of. The car felt fine from within the car, so I think it was just from hitting those sausage curbs in the last sector. So it might just be a little bit of netcode damage.
Mate, didn't people hit those sausage curbs tonight? We saw cars on 2 wheels, left, right, and centre, and one also end up on their roof. So they
One. Lots of them.
It might have been 2 actually.
Back onto many flips and then back onto wheels. So yeah.
Yeah, this track's had a bit of an update and added a couple extra sausage curbs, so it's definitely makes it difficult, especially in these things.
Yeah, definitely, mate. These are little bump and they're unsettled completely. Well done tonight, mate. I'm sure you're probably going to want to go and get some rest as it's getting late there for you, buddy. So, any sponsors that you would like to shout out, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just do the ones that are on my car and leave Adam to do the rest. Whitey's Pies, and thanks to Jared Farrell for setting that one up. Pool Master, obviously all the boys at CXR, and all the practice we do throughout the week. So thanks to them, and yeah, I'll let Adam do our main sponsors with his second place interview.
Well done tonight, mate. Well done to you and the team, and we look forward to having you back next week.
Cheers, boys.
Let's see if we can surprise people. Husey!
There you go, mate.
Well done, champ. Oh, I'm doing well, actually. I'm so sorry to just ignore your question like that. I'm doing well, mate. How are you feeling after 2 second places tonight?
Yeah, mate, pretty wrapped with that. Sort of come in pretty blind with literally no practice. Sort of neglected the Spain and Porsche combo this week. Just sort of had other priorities on, so it's pretty wrapped to get second place. Credit to Dylan, he had pace both races, and I think we got to the end of the race and we're sort of doing basically identical lap time, so I couldn't really gain or lose on him. But overall, it was a pretty good race. The start of the second race with the with the reverse grid was pretty hectic. Yeah, that was pretty full on and hectic as it was, which is a good idea still. I quite enjoy it. But yeah, no, overall, race is good. I think we were a bit touch and go on fuel, but the safety car sort of made that a little bit more easier with fuel saving, and I thought tyres would have been a factor, but we actually went time certain and not actually did the full amount of laps, which is nice. So, yeah, glad to, probably wasn't my strong track this one, so I'm sort of glad to come out with 2 seconds. So I'm actually genuinely wrapped about that.
Yeah, well, that is an overall round second place for the sprint tonight. So absolutely congratulations, mate. You drove extremely well, had some great battles out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, no, awesome, mate. Thanks for that. Thanks to yourself and for Toddy for doing the job tonight. So yeah, appreciate it.
No problems at all, mate. And Stefan couldn't remember all the sponsors. Clearly, that's a team manager sort of thing, right? They forget the sponsors and then hand it on down to you, mate. So you want to shout out the sponsors for us?
Oh, yeah, good old Stephanie must play for Essendon. He likes to bloody handball a lot of things. So, yeah, no worries. Send a man to a boy's job. It's all right. just want to thank obviously Stefan himself and Chris Cross for obviously coming back and doing this again this season. Massive shout out to Smoke Studios, Jennifer Russell Real Estate, Shunts. Massive shout out to Poolmaster Bayside, AE Boards, and a huge shout out to Palmerston Bakery. For jumping on board the season again, which is nice. And obviously yourself and obviously Nathan, Toddy, and as well as everyone else watching and participating in tonight's race. It was good fun.
It was a great spectacle, mate. It looks like the viewers had an absolute blast watching the doubleheader tonight, and well done, mate. To 2 second places in one night. That's a pretty huge achievement, and we can't wait to see you back on track next week.
Yeah, it should be good, mate. Appreciate it.
No problems, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
No worries.
That's tough.
All right, everybody. We are going to get our round winner down with 2 first place wins tonight, which is absolutely phenomenal. Dylan Shepard. Hello, Dylan. Good evening.
Hey boys, how's it going?
Good, mate. How are you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty happy to do that. I finished prepping that car in the workshop over the last few weeks and unloaded it at Sandown today, so it was good to come home tonight and win both races.
Yeah, mate, that was astounding. We realized like halfway through the second race that if it kept going the way it was, that the top 3 weren't going to change anything from the original race, and it didn't. You guys slotted in and finished exactly the same race 1, race 2. How did you find battling against Husey out there?
Yeah, like them crisscross boys, I get to race with them in the Enduros that we do every now and then, so it's really awesome to be on track against them at the same time. They're such good drivers and like really good and respectful. We had some really good fights and respectful and like it was. I really got lucky. I got through the traffic a little bit easier, and then they had to battle a bit. So I definitely got lucky with it because I was watching their lap times on my timing screen, and they were pretty much matching me lap for lap. So I was just fortunate to get the gap on them early on.
Well, that's what Husey actually just said. He said it came down to like the last 5 laps, and he was watching the timing, and he said there was nothing in it. He wasn't going to get that extra half a second that he needed to make a move on you, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, exactly right. I think we were all on the same setup that we built together. So yeah, the cars were all definitely similar. So no one really had an advantage car-wise in any part of the track. So yeah, I think the caliber of drivers across us all is all pretty similar. I mean, when we do enduros together, it doesn't really matter who's in the car. We can pretty much guarantee our pace when we drive together. So I mean, it was probably going to always be like that unless we were battling it out. It would have been nice to do it, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to win, so I just put my head down and kept driving.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Once you got that fresh air for quite a while, you were just off in the yonder, and at one point in time, I think there was like a nearly 3.5 second gap between you and Adam, and you just kept going, and there you are. Now you're the round winner for round 4. I was going to say season 4. It's not season 4, but congratulations on 2 first places tonight. Dylan, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you guys race this evening. And do you have any sponsors you'd like to shout out?
No, not at the moment, really. I'm still just privateer at the moment, doing my own thing and racing I just race alongside the boys, having fun. So no sponsors for me tonight, but I will have a shout out to Tyson and the team behind the Sim Racing World, putting on a pretty cool series to have some fun in, and you boys and the commentary team for putting on a show for us to come back and watch the entertainment at the end of each night.
Fantastic, mate. Well, we're glad that the drivers enjoy the broadcast when they get to go and rewatch it as well. And it also looks like everybody's having such a great time in the Porsche. We are here again next Tuesday. Same next Tuesday. My Lord. It's Thursday, Shibby. We'll be here next Thursday, same time, same bat channel. But thanks for joining us, Dylan. We will let you on your way, and we look forward to seeing you on the track next week.
Yeah, should be there, and really looking forward to it as always. Thanks, guys.
All right, hey, congratulations again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
All right, that is going to round up our round. Way too many rounds, man. Oh my Lord. That is going to round
round, merry-go-round.
Oh my gosh, man. I think it just finally all got to me. That ends round 4 of our DSL Welding GT3 Porsche Cup. What a banger tonight. 2 races,
our
first, second,
Thursday Super
third.
Show is always the highlight, man.
First, second, third in both races tonight did not change, even with a reverse grid. Completely, absolutely blown out of the water by the way that finished. But thank you so much, DSL Welding, Pagnian Advanced Simulation, and the promo department. And also thank you for all of you out there for putting up with us tonight with a quick last-minute shift change to bring our old Shibby onto the comms. So thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sure if I
It's
could
a
hear my
pleasure to
own
have
voice.
you, mate.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. And Mr. Toddy, Chef Toddy Thorburn, with his poor, worn-out voice, needs to go and get some rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Big presentation in the morning, but she'll be right, mate.
She'll be right. We will be back 7:30 Sunday for our V8 Supercars. So please stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and follow our channels. It helps us out a ton. And we thank you from everyone here at Sim Racing World, the admin team, the management team, our broadcast and race control, for always giving us the support. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. So thanks for dropping in, guys, and we are going to say good night.
Much love, legends. Keep safe.